BS.
Yeah. Okay, it says we're streaming Heck Divers.
We are not.
We are not. Done.
By order of the administrator, all employees are reminded Fridays are now Casual Friday.
Let's do it. All right, howdy, howdy.
It's a me. I'm back.
Yeah.
I sound 1,000% better.
Yeah, I sound a little better too. I feel better.
We're all allowed to have a little bit of sickness as this is the season for it.
So we're back with Deus Ex. It is a beautiful world in Deus Ex, and we are a horrible little man.
Well, just time to suck all the water. Walks into room, beats 3 or 4 people unconscious, sucks 2 water coolers dry, says nothing. I'd love to watch the CCTV of that break-in.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hey, as you can see here, the suspect enjoys water. The suspect then stood in the elevator and drank 40 40s.
Throwing them on the ground. Unfortunately, he is a terrifying metal man. He did not leave any DNA we can use. Because technically nothing organic touched the cans.
I hate it. This is the worst.
Alright, now I believe we are lost in the Knights Templar Cathedral.
Oh, we're having fun in the Illuminati, you know?
I don't remember what we were doing.
Neither do I. Let's see if chat can catch us up. See if they've been paying attention. We only pretend to not remember.
Okay. So I killed Gunther because he didn't come out of that alcove and attack me.
Well, I mean, that's a him problem.
I'm getting what I need. Good work. I will now consent to meet you in person. Go to the metro station.
You're getting what you need? Brother, I just killed, like, the scariest man in the fucking country.
Yeah, you did. I just love that the scariest person in the game is really just kind of dumb. So it shows that the whole Scrombles thing has legs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, so you got to do the thing with the stuff and make the bad man stop doing the thing.
Yep, sorry. I am trying to wolf down a party pizza off screen. Party of
A
one
party
eating in the
pizza,
corner.
party of one. Why do you eat the party pizza? There are other choices.
Because I woke up 15 minutes ago and all those took longer to cook.
Oh, that's fair.
Ugh. So, where am I going? Tram station, right? Where is that?
Well, I mean, I think your normal way of handling things is to walk toward noise and then to make the noise stop.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think that's man. Did we ever talk about Pizzagna on this?
I don't think we did.
So long story short, long story short, we were talking about things and someone brought up, of course, those Totino's party pizzas, which are essentially the school lunch squares. They're the school lunch rectangle, and so it became a hypothetical, a things you could do with these squares, as they are, square shaped. They are a square structure, not the normal pizza disc. And so, we discussed like what could you do with these things, and of course it was hypothesized that one could make lasagna, which is to take a all of those squares and use them instead of the lasagna noodles, and make a more or less otherwise traditional lasagna. And so some people were horrified that this was suggested. Other people were immediately intrigued, at this sort of science, as it were. They were like, oh, yes, this sounds very fancy. And of course, they set upon themselves to immediately begin hypothesizing methods and means by which to construct it. It was Delvorius and the Legion who first ascended that summit of carbohydrate goodness and decided to, go out of their way to craft the lasagna. And so they made the lasagna.
Okay.
So they baked all the party pizzas, right?
Yes.
To make them very firm, and then layered them in a pan, and then coated them with the sauce, and then layered with cheese, and then baked it. And it looks about like what you might think. And we got a one-word review from Delvorius. We asked him, how was it? And the answer was bready. But yeah, that's lasagna. So if ever you have guests that won't leave, like they're just camped out at your house for the holidays and they won't get the fuck off your porch or whatever, you should just say, hey, I'm going to make for you one of my favorite family meals. And whip up a whole batch of that and just sit down and plate it, offer, like say, oh, would you like Parmesan? Say when, on all that, and like pour a Chianti, pour a nice Chianti with it, and just treat them to that and let them know that if they stay, there will be more of similar hospitality. More to the same. Lasagna.
So the question is, do you use all the same type of pizza for the lasagna, or do you mix it up?
That's the joy of the lasagna, Dealer's choice. Why not?
Yeah, for bottom we'll use the 3 cheese.
Yeah, see?
And then the next layer is going to be a combo, and then the third layer is the Hawaiian.
Yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving. You know, a little bit of that pineapple, the acid cuts right through it. We're gonna get banned from Italy.
I think they've already
You're gonna
banned
hear
me for some of the things I've done.
Oh God. Well, lasagna. One of the things you can make. Square is a very convenient shape.
It really is. They do it because it's good for packing. What are those?
Bionic said we are making her inner Italian sad.
Italian.
But look, Italian. Mayhawk said something good earlier. Instead of hot and ready, it's hot and bready.
Good God, that duck just... That duck just tanked a 7.62 by 51 round.
Ducks in the future are metal.
That one's apparently like half-inch plate steel.
Government doesn't want you to know this, but most geese and ducks are made out of AR 500.
Oh, those are pigeons.
Oh, that would explain it.
It would. You know why pigeons build such terrible nests?
Why?
Because we domesticated and then abandoned them, as a people.
Oh, so it's our fault.
It is our fault, yes.
I saw a pigeon so fat I thought it was sweating.
Is that the metro station? That doesn't look like a metro station, does it?
I wanted to offer that pigeon a cigarette. He couldn't fly, he just walked, Yeah. Like, I thought I should call him a cab. He was very, very tired.
I think I've been here.
What's the first hint? Is it bodies?
It's bodies, yes.
Ah, yeah. All right, I was going to say.
Sneaky time.
All right, here's...
use a law on him. That would be a waste of a law.
Let's play a game. I got an idea. All right, so remember there was that show where it was like Pimp My Ride?
Yes.
And you'd have people who were like, just average
Desperately
working
poor.
shit. Yeah, well, you had people who were just like working class and poor who were like, it'd be nice to have a nicer car, but who can afford a car in this economy? And then, the rapper would come up and put like a PlayStation in it.
Yeah.
And then like repaint it and put a bunch of other stuff, but not really fix any of the issues inherent to the car.
Correct.
Just, a lot of stuff. And Tom says Wang fucking Chung. Correct, Tom. Correct.
Indeed.
So what if, in a similar vein, because I'm not a car guy, I know some things about cars, but I take my car to the place to get it worked on. I don't have all the tools. I have some tools. I know how to change a tire and my oil and stuff, but I'm not like a car guy. I know things about them, but I would never claim to be a car expert, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Similarly, I sat back and I thought, I'm not a car expert, but neither was really many people on that show Pimp My Ride.
Oh, no.
So, in that same vein, what if we did a BPL version of that? And we just called it like Car Make Gooder, or Beeple Motors, remember to smile, as is the motto. And we, like Dep, you and I had a car come in, and it was our job to, within a week, to make their car better. And that is the crux of the show, because the car was never better for the person who drove it.
Well, not only
It was
that,
never better for the person who drove it. It was just better to look at for the show. So it had a PS2 in it, and it had all the goofy shit on it. But it was never helped the person get to work better. And it was never more reliable. They never like, hey, we fixed your power steering leak or anything.
No,
You know,
yeah,
it was-
they weren't fixing alignments and shit.
Yeah. All right.
Here's the
So-
other really terrible thing, is if you didn't pay them for all of their upgrades, they'd strip them back out of the car after the show was done.
No shit.
Yes.
So they would be like, oh, okay, we did all that. By the way, we need 30 grand.
Yes.
Holy shit. That show was dark.
And if you don't, then you get to keep the paint, and we take everything else.
I should have called that show Sabotage.
Yeah, just kept the fucking shit rolling a little bit longer.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's what they were doing.
So here's what I would do. Like, okay, let's play out the show in our head. The person who brings us their car is like he's like a math teacher, you know, and he's got like a humdrum old Volvo, not the 240s that are really classic. He's got like the 740 station wagon, right?
Okay.
And he's like, I need a car that makes me look cool. We can't get him a new car. We just got to work with that. So what would you do to help this man?
Oh,
I have an idea. I have my answer.
Okay, go ahead and give your answer, because I've got
LS swap.
You'd LS swap it?
Yeah, dude, because Volvos have a huge engine bay. So you put an LS like 7 in there with twin scroll turbo. And then you just put like quad 2-inch exhausts out the back. Cat deletes straight out.
Okay.
So when he starts that car in the morning, the neighbor can feel it in their teeth.
Fair enough. See, I would give it like a 3-inch lift and put some super swampers on there.
Now we're thinking.
You know, give it the old apocalypse car treatment.
Yeah. And then like either blackboard paint or Cerakote. No, even better. You know what? Let's really make this an apocalypse car. Remove every panel, grind and polish and prep, and then we parkerize it. We parkerize it. So you can hit that car with like a sledgehammer, and the sledgehammer would leave a mark on it.
Ugh. Good God.
Yeah, and then we're like, here you go. And he's like, it's still got the tape deck in it. And we're like, oh yeah, here's a shoebox full of tapes we found.
Here's one of the aux cord adapters.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, that's the good stuff.
It really is.
See, I could run a car show. I don't know shit about cars, but I'd go, that looks dumb.
Ooh, convert it to tracked and make it a ute.
Yeah, you know, and he comes back and he's like, what the fuck is this? And I'll be like, this is the future, my friend. It's hard being a visionary.
You open the engine bay, you're like, power is not my means to my end. Power is not my end, it's just means to the end. Yeah, whatever.
I would have a guy.
I forgot that quote.
I would have a guy who showed up.
All Elvis? Oh.
What? All Elvis?
All of...
You're hearing the voice of a majestic...
I don't understand. I'm confused now.
all of the tapes that we give him in the box are all Elvis.
Oh, I thought you meant like have the car done up like something Elvis would drive. So it's got like 8 TVs in the back, you know, and it's got like rhinestones down the side. And the guy's like, "What the fuck is this?" And you're like,
Instead of
"Thank
a
you very much."
pinstripe, it is rhinestones.
Yeah. I was just thinking, you know, yeah, you could have fun with that. I'd make every car that they gave me a convertible. Every car. You'd be like, this is a pickup. I'd be like, was it?
I was just examining this store display. Oh, there's a turret up there.
Bionic says if someone brought me a car to me, I'd remove the tires and turn it into an airboat and paint it with that bumpy ceiling texture.
Oh no.
Popcorn ceiling.
Gordon sealing the car.
You're like, why'd you do this? And you're like, they say, why you do this? You look over at them and your eyes are bloodshot and you're like, what? It's just your response.
Do what?
I made your car unique. I like the idea of an airboat car. Because that would be fun. He'd be like, the road's full, but the lake is empty. Then again, airboats scare me because I've seen an airboat hit a stump. And usually everyone who's in the airboat, like, yee and hawing.
Yeah, it's suddenly without the airboat.
Yeah, usually the airboat stops at that moment. You know, and everyone in the boat becomes themselves an airboat, just in different directions.
Alright. No, nothing in here worth dying over.
I saw an airboat that had a 454 pushing the propeller.
Ooh. Well, I think it's a fan, not a propeller.
Yes. It was loud. I also, if memory serves, I believe I saw some bird strike on that cage. And, you know, I suppose that's why you get the 454, a.k.a. the mulcher, because nothing really would bother it.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. That is a massive engine turning a massive fan.
Uh-oh. Tom is saying, are you just trying to get me to invade this stream? Tom says he was on a fishing boat with twin jet drive 454s.
Oh, good God.
Tom, I don't think that's a fishing boat anymore.
Yeah, the purpose of that boat is to turn money into noise.
The purpose of that boat's to outrun the Coast Guard drone. Hey, Tom, was the captain of your boat Cuban? Did he have a bunch of bags underneath the boat that he told you not to open? Were they watertight and taped up? Tom, did this man look like he was in a hurry? Tom, did this man have a sat phone? Did he say he was in the baby powder industry?
No, he was Canadian.
He must have been in the maple syrup mafia.
People do steal maple syrup in quantity, and they make a lot of money off of it.
I was talking with some coworkers, and I got introduced as the person who could ruin any movie. And I thought that was not nice. You know, I just think about movies a lot when I watch them. I don't just watch and clap. You know, I can't do that. I like watching movies and then, dissecting them and going, oh, what about this or what about that? And and not in an overly critical way, because sometimes I'm just trying to figure out why they did a certain thing. So if ever I had to do the same sort of thing, I could figure that out myself, right?
Yeah.
And I think that that's just part of being a filmmaker, and I'm a very amateur filmmaker, but I like looking at people making the big old movies, and I go like, oh, why'd they do that? So here's the thing. I got told I could ruin any movie, and the other guy at work says, you couldn't ruin an action movie. I said, I could very easily ruin any action movie. And he goes, oh, they're all brain dead. You don't really need to think about anything. And I was like, all right, give me one. And he gave me the worst one that is the easiest to tear apart.
Okay.
Face Off with Nick Cage.
Oh, yes.
So I said one thing and it did ruin this movie for this man. He looked very upset that I brought this up. He said, "Why do you think about this stuff?" Like, it genuinely made him, like, I wouldn't say super pissed off, but he was not pleased that I said those words, right? So I said, all right, the whole premise of the movie is that there exists a technology that allows two people to swap faces. Now, I'm not saying that, that wouldn't be a bastard to do, what with all those nerve endings to hook up in the face, and all that. That's a lot of science in there, and they haven't figured that out yet. But that's not to say that they couldn't do that in the future.
Yeah.
And I'd let that go, hand wavy him. The problem is you need to go and Google something for me. Go Google the size of Nick Cage's head. And then, go Google the other guy's head and put them side by side, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to notice something real quick. One of these guys' heads is smaller than the other by a bit. So that means that face is also going to be differently sized. So there would be a problem pretty quick. You have this giant melon head and you have this much smaller svelte head. And you have to put the face on one to the other. So one of them is going to be Droopy Dog. And the other one's going to be like that guy in, Men in Black with his face stretched all wide open. Looking like, is this better? So you look at these people, and I would love to see that version of the movie where he's like, I'm Castor Troy. It's like, I don't think so.
I don't think you are.
You're hearing the voice of a Majestic 12 AI. No need to be alarmed.
I mean, yeah, most movies for me are like, was this fun? Did this pass the time in an enjoyable fashion? The answer was yes, then it's a good movie. But he said he can't unsee that now.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Also, they're like different heights.
There's a metal man and a fuckboy down there. I don't think I'm going that way. Play chic. Ow, I thought that was another of my bodies. I've been here before.
You just follow the flies.
Trying to find the fucking metro station. But everybody's got these bars over their door. Like, they've heard that a man just barges in.
You know how in that movie, Big Iron, they speak about that sense of ominousness to the stranger
Yeah.
coming into town? And you're that, but nowhere near as nice. You don't have a big iron, and the stranger comes to town to drink like 12 gallons of water.
I can outrun it. I can outrun it. No, I can't.
You're just like, you know what, I got this.
I didn't think he'd come that far down, okay?
All right, I mean, that's fair.
They had vocal implant things, says Cora Hazen. I'm sure it would be easy to pick apart as a movie, but I always love the simple fact that the main villain and main good guy in The Fifth Element don't even know the other exists.
I know. I think that's a great movie.
That is a excellent point. No Country for Old Men does that as well. Sheriff Bell never meets Anton Chigurh.
And again,
Although he knows he exists, he's fucking terrified of him.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. And the problem with Anton Chigurh is everyone's met somebody who's like that. And so they've thought back and wondered, like, oh, is that guy a serial killer? Like, I met my Anton Chigurh in my life. I met the one in my life working at the gas station. He was the one pumping the gas. And he called me friendo. He's like, where are you going, friendo? And I'm like,
oh no,
work. He's like, enjoy that job. I was like, I'm gonna try.
Do they really shorten it that way? Is it really De Gaulle Airport, not CDG or something? Oh, it's a cop.
Travel advisories are in effect.
Oh, okay. I expected to not actually sneak by that guy.
He seems to like know what's up and doesn't want any of it. He's like,
Terrorism alert is still active.
Is it now? For whom? Can you identify the man that the terrorism alert is active for? Because I see you got some soda in there.
Yeah, you know, I bet he's just consciously not looking, and he's also crying a little bit. That's my guess.
You're jiggling as the lock is Jimmy.
Yeah.
The terrorism alert is still active.
Is it now? How strange. Interpol wanted J.C. Denton. Oh, I've seen this one.
You travel at your own risk tonight, monsieur.
Yes, I did have a Breen festival. Have you ever seen a Neil Breen movie, Dep?
I don't think so. Name his most popular one.
The terrorism
I'd say Twisted Pair.
No. I had to do that. I'm sorry, sir.
Well, I did make you watch Megalopolis.
You did? Which is
So-
a Coppola film.
Yep. Hopefully
certainly
his
is.
last. Because if he makes any more like this, I will not watch them. I'm going to say this much. For those of you who don't know, the Black Pants Legion is working on some rather substantial upgrades to our website, which I'd encourage all of you guys to go check out. We have a lot of fun things coming out that are going to be absolutely goofy. But we are actually going to have
Hold on,
a
I've got to answer
newsletter.
this phone.
Oh, of course.
You are not a recognized user for this device.
Oh, I guess they don't want to talk to me. Go ahead.
Well, we're going to have a absolutely wonderful update to our website, including we are going to have a 1990s style newsletter. We are going to have a Beeple News for the fine people. And it will let you guys know, like, hey, what major projects we're working on, what films we're working on, what stuff we have coming up, updates and so on in case, you know, YouTube or things, per normal, don't let you know what we're doing. It'll all be there, including we're going to have old school text-based Let's Plays on there, including our first Door Fortress fort we did, which is a really big thing. And even better, Dep is our film reviewer, because I basically, while I was horribly sick, had a fever, and was just rambling and everything, I said, Dep, you're our film reviewer. And Dep said, okay.
Yep. So.
Oh, yeah, we're also going to have comics. We're going to have all sorts of... Yeah, it's going to be great. So, we're going to have a film review, and the first one is Megalopolis, and Dep wrote a absolutely wonderful review of Megalopolis. Let us know exactly how much you love that thing.
Yeah, it is spelled out in the pages of that review, that 4,000 word review.
Yeah, it dips a bit into Hunter S. Thompson.
The way you know something is art is it gives you feelings, and brother, I got feelings from that film.
Yeah, yeah. It's a film of all time. And yeah, you basically let Coppola know that while all great things certainly have their moment in the sun, the sunset is nigh. it's 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 pretty brutal. But by the way, here's what's next, which is going to be fantastic. We are going to try to do Meth for Kids tomorrow. So I'll have Diggs do a announcement in the aux when we start. Says, "Hey, it's time Meth for Kids. If you want to donate, we're gonna go punch cancer in the tits for Christmas and do Meth for Kids, as well as you guys are here. I can let you know what's next on the.
Tonight, monsieur.
All right, tomorrow we have a very special thing on the Christmas dump. A very special episode. Tomorrow's episode title is, and I'm just going to put this in chat, and you guys can read it. This one we actually had to get a legal disclaimer for. So there's the title of tomorrow's video. Van Zandt Education Board presents Chez Le Quack Volume 14, Mr. Toasterface. And then we have, the day after that, a very special Boat Bomber episode. The day after that, we have Van Zandt Flow. We did our own Battletech version of Dracula Flow, and it's pretty fucking funny.
It's pretty good.
Yes. And then after that, yes, all the poems are done for this year. Well, not for the year. Well, yes, because it is December. But yes, there will be more poems at a later date. And then after that, we've got more specials coming down the pipe. Many more specials. You'll see. But yeah, we're gonna have Meth for Kids and all sorts of good charity work.
We must find this one.
It's a good time, and by that I mean it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You know, a lot of people, when they worry about it, they shouldn't.
You really should.
But tomorrow's going to be all educational times. We're going to do good educational things. And we're going to raise money for charity and do a good. And maybe
good.
And maybe some amphetamine will be, done. But mostly the good. That is primarily our goal is the good making. All right, let's see.
There we go.
So I love your backpack in this. It's just rocket, sword, 40s.
All the important things.
Wow, look at all of them donations of subs. That's very nice. Thank you.
Oh, I'm coming for you now.
Oh no.
No, you don't get to escape. Coming at
He
me
seems
with
a bit
fucking
upset.
crowbar.
And there's a robot in there.
There's gonna be like $4 in this account.
Well,
I have discovered the value of a man. It's $450.
I am alarmed that you are correct in this instance.
Ooh, there's a second one. Bonus. This is just building up credit for the next person I kill.
Oh, good. Just building up that credit.
Everything to survive the future.
Oh, God. So you're just gonna now. You know, I would love to see the debriefing of your character. It's like, why'd you do that? I needed $450 for what? Drinks 40s. Not saying your character's a bad man.
Oh, my character's a terrible person.
Yeah, he's up there.
You know, they say everyone's a hero of their own story. I think JC Denton is the villain of this one.
Yeah,
He was born into this world and it grew darker.
yeah. I mean, I don't think that anyone in their right mind would convince your actions in this game as heroic. I don't think that would be true. I know. I mean, I'm sure that some people might, on some level, perhaps presume what he's doing is for the greater good. And that remains to be seen, because I think most of your character's actions are just like your brother told you, and you're like, all right, seems legit.
I didn't believe my brother. Dude's a fucking
You
cop.
Yeah, but you did kill a lot of those guys in that hotel
Yeah, I
for
did.
not believing. Was that just coincidence? You were just
See
like,
if I can save him.
This line has been shut
I don't believe him, but I will fight all these government agents.
I wanted him to see me kill more of his people.
Oh.
He's like, oh, there's a secret organization. Maybe they're the good guys. As I'm like stabbing one of his minions.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
I went ahead and
This
sent
game-
that to the answering machine.
This game predicted wraparound screens.
Oh god, that mirror freaked me out.
Yeah. It would be scary to run into another one of you, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Probably one of the most alarming constructs in history. To JC Denton.
Well, this one's name is DC Fenton or whatever.
DJ Fentanyl.
DJ Fenton. That's what I named this one, I believe.
Splendid.
Is
I
that
love-
JC Ding Dongus blood just 80% 40s now?
You know, I think by volume, perhaps. You know,
Draining
I
accounts
mean-
to drain 40s.
you're not wrong. I mean, your character is more or less an alcohol-fueled robot. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I mean, I'm just saying that that's what's happened. I mean, we can't say that that's a wholly original idea, Bender and all that, but, you know.
Well, it also happened organically.
Well, correct.
You know,
I mean,
I came about this honestly, as they say.
I'm an honest boozman.
Cool. That robot didn't get the "This is my face" update. Make friends with robot.ce.
Travel advisories are in effect.
How are they? Man, you should go check out all that gunfire while I empty this vending machine.
You know, that's kind of funny. He's like, there's travel advisories. And you're like, for what?
Who are you looking for? And this
You
is,
ask, who are you
this is a Bugs
looking
Bunny
for?
skit at this point.
Yeah, you're like asking, who are you looking for? As you
You travel
bite into
tonight, monsieur.
and suck dry a soda in 1 second flat. So it collapses, you know? You're like, that's strange.
Oh, strange that houseplant got there. Oh, wow.
I think he's trying... Oh, look at that guy.
Ooh, I love the tribal leather, brother.
JC Denton.
Dude, tribal leather is really that's the wave of the future.
It is. It is.
You will not be armed in any way.
Did they just pitch shift a different actor for this guy's voice?
How dare you?
Do what you must.
Step a little closer.
Error friends.exe not found.
See, no inconvenience
You
whatsoever.
found the guy causing the New York water shortage.
We all are. The criminal is getting
You're not
prescription
wrong.
medicine.
Has he made any progress on the Grey Death virus?
Your uplink provided the missing encryption key. He has been able to complete the work that Pressurton began.
I must see him at once.
He is downstairs in the lab.
My favorite implication of this guy's costume is those little curves right there that tell me that this is a one-piece like bathing suit made of metal that he's just pulled his pants up over.
He was busy, man.
You know,
Everyone has the
he's
time
got
to
that
change.
Pan Am thing going
Not a, from.
or Cyberpunk.
Oh God. My favorite thing in Cyberpunk was getting so strong with my fists that I didn't need guns.
Yes.
And then only discovering 3/4 of the way through the game.
Oh, they're actually
Only discovering that
Freemasons.
3/4 of the way through the game that there was a series of boxing events after I had done all that. So, you know, I would go to these boxing events and they would have all this dialogue about how tough they were, and I would punch the color out of their clothing. Like, I would roll their head back to the fat meat. I would, like, pound their head flat with my knuckles in one punch. And then they would just give dialogue, or they would lay on the ground. It would say, "This object is busy." I mean, it was horrible.
You know, I'm disappointed that they have a special Chunko honey for the bathroom, but I did take and eat it.
It's the bathroom.
It's a bathroom candy bar.
You know, I was trying... somebody asked me why I had not played Baldur's Gate 3, because I was such a huge fan of Neverwinter Nights. And at first I thought it was because I really like wide open adventures where you can really play anything, make anything, break the rules in a lot of ways, which Neverwinter Nights was. But I think I realized why I haven't played it. It's because you can't make scrumbles.
You can't?
You cannot make a dumb barbarian in that game.
No. That
You
seems
can
like
make
an
someone
oversight.
who is... Yeah, well, I want to play a character that comes up upon all of these beautiful interactions with all this voice dialogue, and all he can do is grumble and gurgle. People are like, "We must save this kingdom," and you're like, "Scorpion."
This line has been shut
And you know, I think that Cyberpunk 2077 has actually matured into a pretty goddamn good game now. If I had the graphics card for it, I would probably love to do the that photorealistic mod.
Yeah.
I think that would be hilarious. Especially if you did not play the game seriously, like I don't.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, kitty cat. Look at the fish. That, what is that? There's stuff in there. I must go swimming in the fish tank.
Oh no.
So this is where the Illuminati ended up after centuries of conspiring to rule the world.
The conspiracy is about to begin again, JC, between you and
We are the Illuminati.
Colette was wise to bring us together. Wise like her mother. The most effective partnerships, like Beth's and mine, arise from mutual necessity.
I
Do
came
they?
to talk about the Grey Death. Atanwe says you cracked the virus.
A trivial matter. Page added nothing to the core design. However, what we need to construct is a carbon ROM module, not exactly a vaccine.
Can it be done without a universal constructor?
No, we need time on a UC. But I know where we might find one, and also gain access to the U.S. military networks.
The U.S. military?
To stop Icarus from completely destroying the Daedalus AI. Daedalus is a design of mine. It replaced the old Echelon 3 network.
Echelon. The surveillance system for the United Nations. So Daedalus was an MJ-12 tool and rebelled?
More of a pattern matching error. It classified Majestic 12 as a terrorist group, alongside the NSF and Silhouette.
And alongside the Illuminati, right? Are you sure Daedalus is your ally?
What matters to us is that it opposes Majestic 12. We must help it destroy their intelligence apparatus. But that will require the military networks. I have already contacted Gary Savage of X-51.
The former Area 51 scientists. Are they still camped out at the Vandenberg Air Force Base?
They are
Vandenberg.
close to completing a UC and have the kind of connection Daedalus will need.
Sounds like my pilot and I.
That's
should head to
right.
Vandenberg.
Yes, I took.
We're gonna go to Crazy Land.
Here is the key to the helipad stairway. The door is in the foyer where Atanwe revived you.
It always goes back to Area 51, brother.
Level 1 nano key acquired. Can I kill this guy yet?
Well, alright. I hate how eager you are to just figure out what's killable, but you need to save before you do that. And I shouldn't say hate, I should say... He's a tough one.
Yeah. Okay, so the sword didn't do it.
We're not giving up, are we?
That seems a little excessive. So have we acquired the Gep gun? I have a law.
I mean, this is the Illuminati we're talking about.
This guy doesn't look very chromed up, you know? Oh,
there
Jesus
is-
Christ, he survived a law?
He is a tough cookie.
Oh, he ran into his escape room. Ah, okay, fine. I should save right before he forgets to save. Yeah, that sounds like me. Let's see, what do you got in there? God, you lock these cabinets? You don't trust me? There! I broke your microscope. What are you gonna do about that? Okay. I guess we're gonna go do the Illuminati's bidding again.
Well, I mean, you know.
This feels really familiar.
Well, have you ever worked for the Illuminati before?
News, huh? Looks like we might pull this thing off.
Oh shit, is that the nerd I beat up from the basement?
Tong sent me. He wanted me to help with the decryption.
Looks like Everett has it all figured out.
Listen quickly. Tong doesn't trust the Illuminati. He sent me here to keep an eye on Everett.
I see. How about the triads? Is the truth going to hold?
You just said that out loud in the surveillance room?
To worry about now, huh? I'll keep you in touch.
That's how you wind up fish
I'll try my
food.
best to keep you informed.
Yes.
The next time I see that fish tank, there's gonna be a pair of glasses in it.
Fish don't like glasses.
I don't have enough room in the inventory? Ah. A drone. I do take a lot of missile hits.
Well, you do.
Alright. I'm stealing your soda, nerd.
But he needs it.
He needs nothing.
You won't be hearing from Tong for a while. He had to leave Hong Kong.
I didn't ask
Why?
you.
The triads?
He said he had some business to take care of. I don't know. He didn't look so good.
Sick?
Either that or something was bothering him. The last thing he said to me, it was something about all the machines in his lab being useless. And then he cut off the connection.
Useless for what?
It was just an outburst. I don't know, but he wants me to wait here for instructions. JC, Tong is serious about Everett. He wants you to be careful.
Be careful, says Glasses Man. Yeah, my inventory's not particularly impressive, is it?
Well, I mean, for a normal person, yeah, it's a lot. For this game, I mean, it's all right.
I don't have the bypass tool to get those augments. I need one more. Run, cat. I stomp small animals.
Why?
He just does, brother. You've seen it. I don't think he means to. It's just nature, not nurture, you know?
He's a simple man driven by violence.
I think regardless of whether I'm controlling JC or not, that is one thing that he does do.
So you're saying default JC Denton just stomps on animals?
Yes.
All right.
With his giant, stupid robot feet.
He's like, must punch Chihuahua.
Alright, staircase up to the helipad. Nope. Gesundheit.
Stop it.
I don't know why the fuck I'm doing that.
You just don't.
Thank you for that advice.
Next time you think about sneezing, just close your eyes and close your mouth and just say no. You just have to tell yourself no.
That's right up there with the, oh, you're depressed? Don't be.
Yep. That was my parents' advice for the longest time.
Tong had to flee Hong Kong from the Tongs?
Well, I mean...
See, that cat knows what's up. It runs.
Maybe it was a names rights issue.
Okay, that's a super secret door I can't go in. How helpful. There's two of these now. Yep, Nano Key doesn't have the right code. I just stepped on the microphone. Where's the door out of here, you fucking hack?
Well, that's not nice.
Don't forget to say hi to your friend from UNETCO.
Already bumped into him.
Very thoughtful of Tom. My own computer technician.
God, that guy's slimy.
Only a little. I mean, you have to understand that in the future, a lot of people are just slimy. You can't have a dystopian future without having slimy people trying to, do weird stuff like, I'll sell you some cyber eagles. I've got like 4 of them here in my coat. You want to buy some robot horses?
I find the ducks at the pond free, and then I upgrade them.
I upgrade them so they're real loud. Sounds like a boat horn.
Alright, it's gotta be somewhere around here. Nope. That's a bedroom. Is it behind the creepy Masonry tapestries? No. Goes down. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I figured he had like some house via out in the country. No, we're on Main Street. This guy knocked me out to drag me like 4 feet.
Shut up! Don't tell him that. Just play along and be like, "Oh, this must be your super secret getaway." You know, we must be on a Greek island.
There we go. Make the ducks loud as jet engines and the geese silent as mice.
You know, this is not a world that I want to live in.
Just got refueled. Been waiting for you.
This is the helipad? They have this on top of a house and nobody's weirded out by it.
Maybe the neighbors are just like, they know better.
Is there a problem?
If the guy's got like stealth helicopters coming and going at all times, maybe don't ask
I don't
questions.
trust you.
Huh? No, I said I checked her out. You want the thing to run, right? If you're gonna cross the ocean.
Of course. Better safe than sorry.
Oh, now it says odd mechanic. And he had a stealth pistol. Nice. I agree, JC. That man was odd. He no longer is, though. Now he's room temperature. I don't really need to... Scramble or EMP, which is a more useful grenade.
Well, we run into a lot of robots.
And they both affect robots.
Which kills them deader.
I think EMP kills them, and Scramble just makes them forget about me for a while.
Well, let's ask ourselves, are we sneaky, or are we just murdering things?
A bunch of barrels here. Well, that was suspicious. Double check the stealth helicopter. Alright.
Why'd you kill Everett's mechanic?
Something about that guy didn't smell right. You better double check your systems. What did you work on?
I say as I hold him on my shoulder.
Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. This isn't right.
What isn't?
Oh my god, JC, a bomb! A bomb. It's remote control. Get out of there. Just have to pull this wire.
The line. He said the line.
Relax.
A bomb.
Disable the detonator. We can drop the thing in the Atlantic on the way back to the States. Make a good detective,
JC, a bomb.
Ready to get out
A
of here?
bomb?
Let's go.
Oh my god, a bomb! Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, it turns out sometimes I do kill for good. This is how Batman ended.
Yeah.
Sulfur, that's what stinks. Oh my god, they let me keep the mechanic.
Well, it's yours. It's yours. You can take him home. Mechanics are free.
You guys saved my life.
Glad you're alright. Why is Majestic 12 attacking?
You with the NSF?
We have a common enemy, if that's what you mean.
Free protein, baby.
They lost the one in Hong Kong, and now something has happened at the Pasadena.
You hold him up to your mouth and suck all the water out of his body until he just like collapses like a bottle.
Unfortunately, MJ-12 disabled our own bot defense system, and no one is
JC thirsty.
I could give it a shot. Where are the controls?
There are 2 separate units at the west end of the base. It won't be easy. MJ-12 has hacked the security grid and taken control of nearly all of our defenses. Turrets, cameras, alarms, and they have snipers everywhere.
JC drinking. Just the water, not the blood.
I can give you
No, that just stays there.
complex. The other one
Just
is
the
in an
water.
exposed location. The activation code is 58.
The guy hits the ground and he's just powder.
She tells me that, and I'm writing it on my hand with pen. Do you want a mechanic? Oh, looks like you got your own. Never mind. What, do I follow the bodies down? Is that... Okay. I can do that. So JC can do the same thing as one of those bottles from Tank Girl that Water and Power has.
Yeah. But he just does it with his mouth.
It was a long trip across the ocean, and the helicopter can't carry enough water for JC on a trip that long.
Yeah, so he sucks all the crew dry.
Don't worry about me. Let's see. Ah, happy Friday, Mad Crow. Stealth went out the window when the City of New York Utilities Department started finding piles of bodies near water main leaks.
Isn't it weird?
It's super weird.
JC Denton thirsty.
X51 SecureNet.
If it has secure in its name, you know it is.
All secure, all the time. I do appreciate the camera that can absolutely see me.
Yep, it's a good security system.
Somebody just loaded a gun.
How dare they?
Okay, there's a gun there.
Whoever's out there, give yourself up. That's it.
I should save. Doors and corners. That's where they get you, kid.
Thank you, detective.
Time for the stealth shotty. Yeah, I panicked. I need to work on the aim.
Just a little bit.
Frankly, Detective Miller's like one of my favorite portrayals of a law enforcement officer in fiction.
Yeah, you know, without that actor, I don't think they would have pulled that off.
No, Thomas Jane is the perfect person for that role. And they've gotten him a little bit more work. I would like to see him in more things. I think he's a pretty damn good actor.
Yeah. He likes I like that he doesn't just try to aim for like big stuff.
Yeah.
He just plays whatever. And he likes working. Those are usually my favorite actors.
Nope. Come on, bring me the elevator. God, you are hard to fucking kill. Did he say I really don't want to testify this time?
Wow. He's got his priorities straight.
I see. There's a weird delay there. Alright, so this may actually be a sneaking is required kind of thing. Because, goddamn, these guys have good sense of humor. Don't mind me. Are those the guys that explode like Randolph Checkers when they die? They are, yes.
Why is it... Why... I don't always explode. Sometimes I do.
The cleaning robot just starts cleaning up the blood. That's nice.
Hell yeah, it is.
Brother, be consistent, okay? You're exceptionally hard to kill here. There we go. You found a body.
It's nice to find things sometimes.
It's a good thing that I killed that maintenance worker so that I could get more of this soda, because I need it.
More soda.
Let's see. Yeah. Let's just eat 16 candy bars. And, yeah, that about tops me off. We're good. God, there was TNT there. I could have used that. Ooh, a soda. I don't want your goddamn dart gun.
I don't need a dart gun, I'm full of soda.
No, I mean, the fucking thing's useless. Even when you get a hit on their head, it takes them, 15 seconds to fall. And the entire time they're like, oh my god, there's a goddamn dart in my face. It's not very stealthy is what I'm saying. That goes upstairs. Danger, do not enter. I can't read. You can't tell me what to do. There's a body in here. With a lamb. And a key. Ooh. Did I pick up this key? No. Anything in there I could use? First aid kit might be nice. Is that worth half my lockpicks, though? Yes.
We're just going to take things. It's the future.
They're there for me to take. Nobody else is the PC.
I mean,
Rebreather?
it's sound logic.
If they needed it, they would also have autonomy.
Why did I see Janeway saying that?
I don't know.
In my head, you know?
Why did you?
Because it's Captain Janeway.
Guess that's a very Janeway way to look at it.
You're not wrong. I mean, Janeway is not a good person.
No. No, she's not. Oh, dude, look. They got that bitchin' mustard camo stripes on their Parkerized Glock knives.
Oh, man. They must have really fucked up some decent knives to make that happen.
Yeah. Well, the Glock knives are fine, but it's just a knife.
You alright?
Where the hell are the bots? They're supposed
But it's a Glock knife. It's a Glock brand knife.
MJ-12 cut the power to the defense system, but don't worry.
Like all the other
Situation's under
Glock
control.
brand things.
Except for the control room, this building has been totally
I'm not going to mention all the things they make.
Something about that.
Be careful of our defense systems. MJ-12 reprogrammed.
Let's
and
just say it
logged
would
our
surprise you.
There's a back door, but I haven't been able to try it out. Login command, password Zebra42.
Thanks for the warning.
If I don't find any coffee in the next nebula, I'm teleporting every child on this ship into the sun.
Yep, that's Janeway.
There's water coolers in that nebula.
Your man is a little scary.
Excuse me for a second. I would like in. Oh, forget that happened. That scream, Jesus Christ.
I think the game's trying to scare you from some of the decisions you're making. I also take it by your giggle, it's not working.
She's in a better place now.
Oh, good.
Over there, and over there, and over there. Oh, God. Vandenberg. So... I did actually visit the Air Force Museum in Dayton recently.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
was...
you took pictures. The XP70 is really cool.
The XP70 is monumental in size and scale. How do I have an upgrade? Did I not upgrade? I've chosen poorly. I thought I'd use that.
I don't think the choices you've made have really had an impact on your decision to make them.
No, they haven't. Yeah, no, XP70 was fucking awesome. All of the experimental stuff was just fascinating. I was disappointed that they had airsoft guns on display. Especially noticeable in their modern wing. Oh, did I step on the robot? I'm sorry, buddy.
You scared him.
God, I'm a terrible person. Did that do damage to me? It's locked. Yeah, no. Just super, super fucking awesome if you ever get the chance. It's free. Memphis Belle and Boxcar are both there, which is quite interesting. It's like a 747 that runs on zip fuel. Zip fuel makes your plane go amazingly fast, and you don't have to worry about maintenance because it destroys your engines by the time you're over Moscow. Yeah, airsoft guns, Airdania.
Why?
Clearly they don't want to put actual firearms on display, which I think is an interesting choice because the Strategic Air Command Museum has actual firearms on display, but to each their own.
Let me tell you, if you want to hear disappointment, I went to the NRA museum during COVID.
Yeah.
Because I was in the area, and the NRA museum is 3/4 of it is literally like stuff that some donor to the NRA sent to them and said, you can showcase my super rare cool gun, but you also have to showcase my whole collection of other stuff. So it'll be like, here's this one-of-a-kind Remington rifle, and you're like, oh, wow, that's really cool. And then, and the 35 canes this man collected. And that's how it is. Like, the people who donate stuff will literally tell them, you have to show my stuff. So you'll end up with just a bunch of who gives a shit that some 90-million-year-old dinosaur was like, well, you can show my one-of-a-kind rolling block that was made out of diamonds, but you gotta look at my cane collection. Are the canes guns? No. Yeah, so it is a FUD utopia. What was funny is I went in there and their machine gun display, they were like, here's all our Thompsons. Mine is better than any one they have.
Nice.
I don't know where they got their Thompsons, but it wasn't from a good place.
Well, they're probably the ones they dug out of the British fucking lake.
Yeah, I was just sitting there looking at like their collection of stuff, and I was like, man, I could put on a better gun museum than this.
So, for those that don't know what I'm referencing there, after World War II, the British realized that Thompsons are not very standard for them. They don't typically use 45. So they dumped a bunch of them in a lake in Germany. And it turns out that lake is pretty cool, and somebody has found them all, and they are functional and only have a little bit of water damage.
Yeah, because it's hard to kill a Thompson.
It's hard to kill a Thompson. So those are getting cut up and brought in piecemeal as parts kits, is I think the plan. But we shall see. Anyway, yeah, no, they had airsoft guns on display, which, fine, you don't want to use actual guns. I think that's kind of bunk. You can just, hard disable them if that's what you want to do, or 2 months and I make commando. I don't think that's true, friend. I think your story ends right here.
Aww. His mom was gonna be proud of him.
she can be proud of him from the graveside.
Yeah. Proud of that folded flag.
This one is some kind of mech. Ooh, a flamethrower. Where did he go? Thank you for hitting that alarm too. How very helpful of you. Oh, I'm out of 7.62 rifle ammo. I could switch over to flamethrower. No, I like the shotgun. Give me the shotgun back. Really thought getting into the control room would help me more. You fucking lied to me, Mr. Not a Commando yet. Now your mother won't be proud either way.
Closed casket.
Who's in there? A robot? Oh. Door strength infinite and a metal optics. Guess I'm not going through there.
Infinite door.
Infinite door. Yeah, I really expected a control panel in here. Something, you know, useful. But whatever. Okay. I mean, you can suppress a shotgun. Yes, you can. It looks weird, but you can.
Yeah, and it's not really. It's, well, okay. Can you put a suppressor on it? Yes.
J.C. Denton, the couch is too heavy to lift.
What's the couch made of?
Apparently tungsten.
I was gonna say bullshitium.
Go ahead and let that threat matrix, yeah, we're fine. Man, these Star Trek displays are very... yes, yes.
Oh man, the Lacars displays are cool, but I don't know if I could do those in real life.
Yeah.
I would want an original series style display. You know, I want toggles. I want fucking buttons if I'm gonna drop a photon torpedo or something.
Yeah.
I want some toggles, because that Lacars display, I mean, it would be hard to tell how hard you'd push that button. So imagine you're transporting somebody in where you could, like, scramble somebody into a billion fucking electrons, right?
Yeah.
You can't just have a gentle press slider like a Kindle. You know, you want a toggle so there's a finite number of times you can press a button, because I think that some of that shit's sensitive.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You accidentally hold it a touch too long and launch 4 photon torpedoes?
Yeah, it'll be like, oh, give him a warning shot. Genocide.
When did the Air Force adopt this logo? Because I seem to recall this being more modern than 1999.
You think someone ripped it off from Deus Ex?
I think it's more likely that it probably something added by revision, but...
Did I tell you about the,
Yeah.
Did it tell you about the most ghetto cruise control I ever saw in somebody's car?
What?
Well, they'd put a new steering wheel on their car, and it was a nice steering wheel.
Okay.
A really nice steering wheel, you know? It was like metal and wood.
Yeah.
And, you know, they had, like, leather wrapped around the wood, and it looked real nice, like, really fucking nice. But it was like a more modern car. It was one of them Fox body Mustangs, you know, the 5-liter.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, like, wait, how many stars are on that flag there, bud?
Interesting.
We seem to have a problem there.
That's 38?
Maybe they just started throwing some states out that weren't doing so great. You know, they were like, Missouri, you're out.
Yeah.
Your time has come. They're like, no, we could do better. And they're like, sorry, we sold you to Starbucks.
Door strength infinite. Hazard lab? Hey, I've killed all your colleagues I've met, but don't mind me.
They had me locked up until a minute ago.
You may live
My
today.
sister's still being held somewhere.
I don't think I've come across him.
If you want to look for troops, you should log into the security network. The username is command, and the password is Zebra42.
I thought that was a back door. I would very much like to log in. Tell me which of these panels I log in on.
Whoever's out there, give yourself up.
Did the dead guy say that? Ooh. I should save.
I would say so.
It's too heavy to lift. Oh shit, I can just swim in this? That is way easier. I'll just eat some candy bars about it.
Yeah, just have some candy. Can you
Alaska
imagine
joined
that?
Canada. They forgot about Ohio.
Yeah, it's the future.
God damn it, I've already done that panel. I guess. What are you? Thermoptic camo. Don't need it. What? What?
What do you mean?
I heard you giggle.
I'm just thinking about that time. Because Missouri came up, right?
Uh-huh.
Remember that county, Francois County?
Yes. Francois
Right.
County.
Francois's county. And we put on the podcast that they were looking for a new logo because their old logo was bad.
It was.
Yeah, it was like graphic design is my passion. That meme
Yes.
was pretty much their logo. It was horrendous.
All right.
And so
that did
yeah.
electricity off my legs.
Oh, I mean, it's
Okay.
fine. You can just get new legs. But remember, they had that seal, and so I put a call out to the several thousand people, who listen to the podcast. And
Yes.
I remember putting it out on, the streams and what have you, saying that we're going to try to help this county because they had an open call for a replacement thing,
Mm-hmm.
And a week later, they closed it abruptly. And I remember it was on their website. There was like a sound recording, not a video. There was no press conference, but there was a sound recording. And the guy sounded really agitated. And he said that there was a lot of donations at the last hour. And of course, we reserve the right to blend and pick and choose from those donations for the finalist. And, we'll have our final decision. And, I wrote him a few times asking if we could see all the runners up. Because I know a lot of people really thought about that.
Yeah.
And, they opened Photoshop, I'm sure, for a number of minutes. And put just as much thought into that as the original had been.
The original.
And I kind of want to see.
interesting.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see all the ones that weren't selected. Because I know the VPL had donated some. I'll have to check my folders, but I know one person had done one, and it had the sponge monkeys from the Quiznos commercial.
Yes.
And they were like dry humping the moon. And it was like balls out St. Francois County. Like, that was what they had put on there. And I was like, that's a fucking patch. I'd love to see that on the cop's, shoulder. Like, you're a cop. Would you wear that patch?
I wear whatever patch they tell me to.
Yeah, but you're like, you got the sponge monkeys, so there's like a police gathering. And you're like, yeah, here comes the sponge monkeys.
Where the fuck do I log into open
Yeah,
the control
someone's
center?
typing like the commercial. We love the photoshops. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the Quiznos commercial, the Sponge Monkeys commercial, and you can just watch an acid dream. This guy had done these weird early YouTube like shit posts with those characters, and Quiznos, the sandwich chain, was like, this is what we need to represent us. And it was just, off the wall, as you'd expect.
How do I get into the command center? Because blowing up the door didn't work. It just blew that lady up.
Bionic says, I imagine them doing a Christmas party for the police station with a big sheet cake that has that logo on it. But what I'm saying is, like, I want to see all the runner-ups. I think that would be really nice. Because I know a lot of my people worked very hard for a number of minutes.
Many numbers of minutes, even.
Oh, yeah, the Puppy Baby Monkey Super Bowl commercial. Remember that one?
I do not.
Don't watch it. You will not be able to sleep.
Enemy bot destroyed. 3 left.
It's not like bad in the, oh, this is cringy. It's just like, you watch it and you realize that this sat through like hundreds and hundreds of viewings before corporate signed off on it. And they said, this is exactly what we wanted. It really makes you realize that a lot of advertising is just crap.
Oh yeah, there's like no proof that advertising even works.
And I've said that out loud to people, and people think I'm crazy when I say that. But it's like, yeah, but I'd say, show me where there's proof that's like some random person sees a commercial and goes, that has convinced me utterly. I will throw down my preconceived notions of right and wrong and accept this tacit endorsement from a stranger. Like, who does that?
Here goes another one. 2 left.
Well, here's the thing, and this is maybe just me thinking out loud, is it's kind of the way with advertising nowadays. They've moved to just kind of influencer advertising. Yeah. Because they're like, well, people have stopped watching TV and they put on the ad blockers, so we need to get their favorite friend on the internet to like
say things.
Tell them about this VPN so people won't know what you put in your spank bank or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's why I kind of went hard on that whole line of don't sell anything. It's just like, look, I'm here to make shit posting movies with my friends. If I go online to become a salesman, I'm not gonna like the internet all that much. I got a hilarious email the other day though. There was a person who said they wanted to connect over the podcast, that they help the podcast sell things, and I wrote back, one, you've obviously never listened to my podcast because for the first year straight I ended it with Fuck Games Workshop. Secondly, I don't sell anything. And they never responded. But they kept bugging me, and they were like, "Oh, we really need to connect on moving some product." And I'm like, "No.
I don't think we do.
No, I think that if they, like, here's the thing. If someone came along for something I genuinely use, like, I don't know, Ballistol, you know, like the gun cleaner, I go through 100 gallons of that a year. I love it. But unless Ballistol knocks on my door and is like, Mr. Tex, if you put a link in your video for Ballistol, like, yeah, I'm not going to sell shit. Ammunition sponsors? Yeah, I'd put that on the website. I mean, you gotta feed a machine gun, right? Plus, everyone likes cheap ammo. I mean, like, if I put an ammo ad on my website, like just across the top, everybody I know would be like, wait, you're telling me I can get discounted ammunition by watching the YouTube? You know, and they'd do it. I mean, cheap ammo is cheap ammo. Unless it's like way too hard primers, then that's just not good.
Yeah.
I remember my COVID ammo, was really bad. I had a whole bunch of 5.56 that would just not touch off for any reason under the sun. I had a whole bunch of 7.62 by 39 that was more or less like, if that had been any more dirty as ammo, it'd be black powder. I had a bunch of 308s that I had to cycle 3 times through my G3 to get them to shoot. That's how hard the primers were. Oh man, a weekly ammo box and ammo subscription? If it was cheap enough and they did bulk for certain items, I'd be down.
Yeah,
remember this? Go ahead.
They'd use that to offload ammo they couldn't move, though.
Yeah, 32 H&R Magnum.
Yeah.
327 Federal. You're not wrong. There'd be a lot of that, or just Wildcat rounds. Be like 338 Ackley.
We made some 45 grain 5.56 for some reason. Here it is.
We call it the Kilo Special.
We'll sell it as a self-defense round.
People like tumbling rounds, right?
God, so... what if I were to tell you that we adopted a less than 55 grain 5.56?
Why?
Because, Hornady sold it to us.
Oh. Well, I mean, you know, there's something to be said about that. I mean, Hornady will sell
whatever
stuff.
you want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so nope, this is not the computer that lets me open the control center.
You know, what I think would be a really fun thing is just Wildcat rounds that nobody needs. Like, genuinely nobody needs on purpose. Be like, hey, I made a 95 grain 4570. I call it the D-Rifler.
Wildcat rounds from alternate dimensions.
This was designed to explode woodchucks at 3 miles. It's hypersonic at 1,000 yards. It's the loudest 45 caliber projectile on planet Earth. I remember that was one of the things that really it steamed my beans was when people do like weird Ackley conversions to get like 8% more power out of a cartridge. And that's notionally. And I would just scream because I'm like, you can upload a cartridge that much and just do that. You know, you can make a Magnum cartridge, but like it's not worth it to do that little by rechambering something that only works one way. And every customer I had who insisted on it would just make the most obtuse, like weird claims. Like weird ballistic claims, like, well, sometimes when you're shooting deer at 485 yards on a humid day, and I would just kind of squint, you know? And again, I'm also the guy who pioneered the use of 4570 for everything. I was like, it's always 4570 season. They'd be like, I need a straight wall cartridge for hunting. And I'm like, well.
You are in luck.
You're in luck. Those deer aren't going to know what hit them.
Fuck.
8 by 150 millimeter. 8 millimeter long. You have a bolt that comes out like a foot.
Where did that shot come from?
What if you need a simple cartridge for a first-time shooter? Well, there's this thing called 22, man. 22 is everybody's favorite.
Oh, on that topic.
Yeah.
So I have been debating for a long while about picking up one of those Tippmann 22 ARs.
I've heard good things.
I have as well. And I think I'm finally going to pull the trigger on it, so to say. Because I now have an idea of what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
What if I were to tell you that I know the... oh god, no, don't use the bypass tool. I remember the key now, right? It's 5686? 5868. Ah!
That's one switch. Now find the
sorry.
So,
okay.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Please.
What rifle in one of the games that we've played on this stream is the epitome of mid-2000s tactical?
Oh, ACR.
Well, okay, so I can't turn that into an ACR.
I was going to say, like...
The kind of AR that somebody that just left SHOT Show 2005 would build.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, are we talking are we talking the height of that Call of Duty tactical?
Well, Call of Duty came out in 2006, so yeah, it's right there.
Okay, it's right on the edge of that. Are you gonna do one of them little CQB numbers that's a bit weird? And
no. I actually, well, I would love to do one of those, but I want to do it in 300 blackout. No, not that. It was in a game we played, very heavily featured. We made fun of it at the time.
We made fun of a lot of guns, though.
We did.
Yeah.
It was a Metal Gear game.
Oh. Okay. This is narrowing it down, but I have so many gun gripes. This is the problem. Is like someone will be like, "Remember when you made fun of that gun?" I was like, "Be more specific."
That's fair. I can tell you if you
please do. I'm having a brain fart after a hell of a week.
I've started picking up the parts needed to replicate the Metal Gear Solid 4 AR-15.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
With the coyote fucking shit.
Oof. All
Coyote
right. Yeah.
buttstock and pistol grip and panels on the Knight's Armament KAC rail.
Okay. Yeah.
With-
I just visualized it.
With the Surefire M961 on the side.
You know, you're gonna be the coolest guy at the 10-yard range.
100%. So why did I just do that?
Somebody on the Patreon messaged me and was like, I want one of those, G36 clones, but Tommy built tactical expensive, And I said, you know what you can do, and they don't want you to know this. But Springfield Armory imported, this Croatian VHS 2000s, the semi-auto ones.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
memory serves. If you strip that bullpup down, underneath you may find some very familiar things.
Yeah. Tommy Built Tactical is an interesting organization, company, whatever they consider themselves.
I think they're a model builder. Yeah, you can unbullpup that VHS and definitely get something very recognizable. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Surely it takes G36 mags as a coincidence, right?
Right.
There's no reason whatsoever that it wouldn't take a more popular basic AR pattern magazine.
For 5.56.
You're correct. That would just no other reason. I'm not saying that underneath all that dressing it's something else, but anyways, just saying.
As you do. Little conversation between friends. Oh God. I don't have anything with the oomph to take that bastard out.
Don't you have the Granado?
No, I do have the EMP grenade, yeah. Don't mind me. It's looking at. It stopped. Nope, it is EMP grenade proof.
Oh dear. You seem to have not made a friend.
Oh God. I think it's been a second since I saved.
Oh dear.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Yep. Yeah, it's been a second since I saved. That's fine. Fine. Fine.
Everything's fine. It's all good. Why wouldn't it be?
All good in the hood. How many lambs to kill that giant fucker, I wonder?
Enemy down. One more bot, and the scientists can open the security doors.
I'm sure it's going to be a bid.
I am sure it's going to be a bit as well. Maybe they take more than one EMP. That could be. Because it looks like the game is giving me EMP grenades.
It also seems like the big robot angry.
Big robot is... Well, I mean, it's not angry right this moment. It's wandering around out there doing its thing.
Just living his best life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so people are asking opinions on the Steyr AUG. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to say this. Like, look, the gun came out in 1977, you know? So for its era, it was a rocket ship. That shit was just amazing, sci-fi nonsense. But now we're in the modern age. So by modern standards, it has a lot of features on it that are unforgivable. It has a terrible trigger. They are very mushy, terrible triggers. They have terrible, terrible triggers. Engineering-wise, they're pretty cool. Being able to quick detach the barrel and all that is really nice. The placement of the gas block is annoying, and you will burn your hands. Steyr AUG people who own them, there are those who have burned their hands, and there are those who are liars. It is it is a very common thing, much like if you have a Tavor, you end up getting what's called Tavor face. But they have awful triggers, and in modern guns with modern choices, like the Tavor, you can pop that. They're easier to break down, for example. They're way more reliable. And with a Tavor, you can knock the trigger pack out and put in a custom-made trigger pack in like 3 seconds. And you can tune the trigger however you want. There's a lot more modern stuff that is a lot more versatile and a lot smaller packages. And that's fine, because, again, the gun's like 50 years old. It needs some major overhauls to kind of be a modern firearm. And that's not to say they couldn't do it. Steyr has really good engineers. It's just someone has to show them that that is like economically, desirable, which
By
they may
giving
not
them
think.
a military contract.
Yeah, and unless you do, they're not going to be interested in that. They're going to be incredibly uninterested in any of that. They're just going to be like, and they're going to say, but wouldn't it be cool if? And they'll go, you sure? It might be. Pay me.
Also known as the HK business model.
No real opinions on the MDRs. I think they're and yeah, the newest models are good. The newest models are good. They are good, but it's not a generational light year improvement that is deserved by now. You have 50 years of lessons learned. If I went to a car company and you were still making the same car with the same shell after 50 years,
then you'd be Lada.
Yeah, you're not gonna go, man, this is a revolutionary thing. You're gonna be like, well, it is what it is. Yes, it's reliable, but it could be so much more.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I forget those guys have rockets.
Top 3 most hated guns to work by. Number one is going to be anything by AMT, Arcadia Machine and Tool. I've worked on a number of their 1911s, the hardballers as they are, and I'm going to tell you this much. never before have I ever uttered the phrase, like, I use a lot of hyperbole where I'll be like, that gun's, tighter than a Federal Reserve or something like that, and I'll do all folksy nonsense when I talk about working on guns. But I will tell you this much, like, gospel truth, Arcadia Machine and Tool, of all their guns, all of them are wrong, but none of them are wrong in the same way. They all have something wrong with them. All of them. But no two of them are wrong in the same way, which is remarkable. It's utterly remarkable. It should be mechanically impossible, but like every single one of them is a magical snowflake of something wrong with it. I've seen a Arcadia Machine and Tool gun, new in the box. It was a new in the box gun from the 80s. Had no rifling in the barrel. Fully assembled gun. I could put a marble down the barrel without making a noise. Like it just that was a defect, and that's their QC. They just no rifling, just none of that. And I had one that all the pins in it were the wrong size. They were just a little bit too short. So as soon as the gun rattled a little bit, stuff just started disassembling like a cartoon. I had one that all the springs were the wrong size. So like you could rack the slide by just flapping your hand, just by like limp wristing your hand in the air, could rack the slide. That's how weak the springs were. Because the springs were too short, and then someone had stretched them by hand to make them longer to look right. So you end up with like Looney Tunes solutions at the factory. But yeah, Arcadia Machine and Tool guns were just like the worst. There's a reason why they went out of business.
And it wasn't because the hardballer was in Terminator 1.
No, when it comes down to, least favorite guns to work on, Arcadia Machine and Tool 2, I will never, ever, ever do a slide conversion on a Beretta 92 ever again. That is the coolest way to, like, suddenly impale yourself in the eye with, like, 800 little springs because Italy. They're like, what if we made a grandfather clock in miniature? And it's just a pain in the ass. And the third least favorite thing is trigger jobs on SIGs. I don't like doing them because it's very finicky. You can get some very nice triggers, but I usually just tell people to leave it and work them in. And that's just me being pedantic.
Yeah, that's why you won't replace the 20-pound New York trigger on my PC.
No, I won't. Send it to SIG. Make the poor man in the factory scream at you.
Yeah.
Make him earn his union pay. I ain't doing it.
I'm going...
You didn't even get to finish the sentence when you asked me, hey, can you? And I said no. I'm not being mean. It's just I won't do it.
That's understandable.
I lost a fingernail. The spring went under it and then lifted it off. And I was like, this is God telling me no.
Well, see, you could have lost a fingernail on my gun instead.
Why?
Well, then the one that you did would have at least been for a friend.
Yeah, you'd have been like, I had enough blood in your gun for it to be a relation. Ugh. But someone asked me opinions on L1A1s. Look, I'm gonna say this: F and FALs are neat, but there's metric and there's inch pattern. I'd rather work on a metric pattern all day because they're still made and there's still parts for them. The inch pattern ones don't play nice with the metric ones, and they're not interchangeable. So L1A1s are fine. It's just that it's an inch pattern. It's British. It's Mary Poppins makes a gun, and so you're just like, Ugh. And the problem also is with British gunsmithing is depending on when it was made, you end up with the same problems with like British Leyland product, where it's just like, it's a good idea on paper. It gets made by somebody who's very mad at their employers. And you end up with some like bad times. Oldest gun I've ever worked on, I worked on a blunderbuss that was made in 1620. That was pretty cool. We loaded it up with stuff in the shop and shot it afterwards. I loaded it up with a bunch of washers. It was pretty cool.
Oh, God.
Smallest gun I've worked on. I've worked on a number of Derringers, and they're actually really simple because there's like a spring in them. They're not that hard to work on. I'm nothing like a Calibri. I've never taken one apart, and God help me, I hope I never have to take one apart. Biggest caliber firearm I've ever fired, 700 Nitro Express. I was drooling after pulling the trigger. That was on that.
And not
that's
just because it was cool.
No, it was not because it was cool. It was because I thought I had pulled the trigger. The recoil was so excessive, I had pulled both triggers. So, yeah, it's elephant gun. You know, where like penetration is measured in yards. Yeah, that was intense.
I have to open the bay doors manually.
Let's see. Favorite firearm to do repeat work on? AKs, for me, are kind of fun. I do like working on bolt-action rifles. A lot of Milser bolt-action rifles.
Jiggles wants an AK that won't cost him both kidneys. Can you recommend?
Yeah, Palmetto State Armory makes a perfectly reasonable AK. I know a lot of people who are like AK purists and want to hate them. The stuff that's coming out of the former Yugoslavia, the Zastava stuff, is pretty good as well. You can find a lot of their products for sale. Atlantic Firearms has those. Yeah. Let's see. Weirdest issue for a gun I had to work on. Usually it's when customers do stuff they shouldn't. Like I've had a lot of issues where people would say like, I drilled and tapped my own scope. And I'm like, well, why are you here? And they're like, well, it won't stay. I go, what'd you drill it to? And then they show me, and I do like that micro scream, you know, like, you know, just a little brief, like, but you're registering horror, right?
Yeah.
As you realize that somebody has drilled and tapped and mounted a scope with a hand drill to the bolt. Yeah, to the bolt, you know, which moves and contains a firing pin, which now sounds like a maraca because it's been drilled in half. And you're just sitting there, and they're like, well, how much is this going to cost me? And I'm like, well, the new bolt is not going to be cheap. All your mounting hardware is ruined. And we'll start there. And shop hours $70 an hour, and let's begin.
See, I have been debating, actually, a PSA 101.
Yeah, Palmetto makes pretty good ones. If you're willing to spend a little extra, you can get one of the Arsenal ones. Those come out of the Bulgarian plant. Those are great. Those are all milled. The Zastava ones are perfectly fine. They're the guys who that used to be the Yugo State Arms Plant. Which made all the machine guns for Tito, also made the Yugo, the car, same factory. Mm-hmm. Dr. Bren has said on the podcast he grew up in the former Yugoslavia. Dr. Bren from the think tank, he said that the greatest thing that NATO ever did was miss the Zastava arms plant and hit the Yugo plant and put it out of business. Thereby saving the honor and dignity of his nation.
This is an interesting lathe.
Yeah,
100 Look, it's a drawl press.
A game called Exodus should be from the Traveler universe, work done by former BioWare devs, and writing should be done by Drew Karpsch. I know that. Oh, I'd heard a thing about that. I think I'd put it on my little...
Robot fight.
Robot fight.
Man, this is thrilling stuff, isn't it?
You're doing your best. They're saying it's a AAA game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's
From
a lot of
Archetype.
A's.
Yeah, hopefully it's not, you know, doing that scrim.
That's the last of them. Base is no longer under lockdown. Maybe someone in the communications building can put you in touch with Savage. I'm gonna leave you for a bit. Believe it or not, Tom's in California. Sounds like
I do a lot of scrims sometimes.
Well, you know, sometimes it's necessary. A little bit of scream helps the soul. It's the world we live in now.
Bionic is asking, what is the most unique and oldest gun you've ever fired?
That I've ever fired? God, probably my C96. Old guns, well, no, that's not true. Because I have fired an 1873 Gen 1 Colt. So yeah, that would be the oldest and most valuable, probably. That was a big bang from somewhere. Most unique? We had somebody with one of those homemade pipe shotguns.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I test fired that. I mean, that is unique. It hurt.
So, was this a law enforcement matter?
It was, yes.
So, someone perhaps had made one of these at home?
Mm-hmm.
In circumvention, perhaps, of laws?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it is legal to manufacture your own firearm. It's just illegal when you are also a felon in manufacturing methamphetamine.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the other thing is it's legal, ...
Yes.
There's a bunch of little things in there, because a lot of dumb people will just go, it's my right, you know. It's one of those things where, again, I don't want to get political, but someone will say, you know, it's the Second Amendment, it's my right to bear arms. I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't mean they're going to give you one. And you shouldn't take shortcuts. You know? Yeah. It's like, obey all the laws, because firearms laws are actually rather strenuous in their punishments.
They are.
Yeah, so like, just don't think you're smarter than the ATF. They've got some pretty smart cookies who work there.
And they've got all day to think about it.
I've seen all sorts of weird gun collections in gunsmithing. My favorite is when people I'm just like, why? You know, someone's like, I've got all of this one weird gunsmith's guns, and I'm like, yeah, but these guns are awful.
I thought you were about to be mean to me about my accidental SIG collection.
Yeah, well, I'm not. You can tell the audience about that.
Well, I mean, God, it vaporized that dude. Fuck yeah, military bot. Oh wait, you're a Chinese military bot? Okay. I'm a stupid. Yeah, Let's go find who else is crawling around in here.
No, you're not getting out of it that easy.
Okay,
Come on.
So the department issued 226s in 40 when I started here. And I was like, hey, you know, I kind of dig this gun. When I carry off duty, I'd like to have something a little more compact, though. So I picked up a P6, which is a P225, but the German military model. Mine was used by the Nordrhein-Westphalia police, which they have state-level police, so even if you work in a city, you're part of the state police. I then was like, well, this is nice, but I think I actually was after a 228, because I like the double stack. So then I went and found myself a West German 1989 P228, which I very much enjoy. And then Tex is like, hey, I've got this 226 clone that was made in Slovenia, and it's just not my taste. And I was like, oh yeah, I might like to have that, so I bought that from him. And then my department was like, oh, surprise, we're going to Glocks. If you want your 226, you can buy it from us. And I was like, oh, I really would like to have that. That's my first issued duty weapon. And now I've got like 5 SIGs and a couple of clones. And I'm like, oh, I accidentally have a museum here.
It's true.
Yeah, if I'm gonna lean into it, the next thing I need to figure out how to get one of the 25 Tokarev Nurinkos.
You know, I wouldn't mind one of those. A SIG in Tokarev is just kind of neat.
Yeah. Now that'll be difficult to get here. I know they're rather cheap north of the border, but importing pistols from overseas is dicey. So.
Correctamundo. I have imported guns from overseas, and I will tell you this much: it's a bit of a wait.
Mm-hmm.
It is a bit of a wait, but it is doable.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of a wait.
I wonder how that is going to work with the intersection with the Norinco gun ban.
Check it out if you want. How do I get there?
One step at a time. One step at a time.
And it didn't cost me a dime.
I don't know. He had no protection. The only hazard
We're gonna do that. I'm just gonna do the Johnny Cash thing. One step at a time.
I didn't listen to that guy. What did he say? Why does your mechanic have a gun?
Because he's a gun mechanic.
That guy's name is Mike.
We're gonna make it.
How many lines do you have, Mike?
We still don't know how they disabled the bots.
That's a 5th unique line.
I think we're gonna make it.
Now, there's a repeat.
You saved our asses.
That's a 6th unique line.
We still don't know how they disabled
That's
the
a
bots.
repeat.
We still don't know how they disabled
Okay.
That was quite a battle.
Oh, you're Larry. That was quite a battle.
I'm trying to open a line to the control room.
Are you? Eh?
They got to Dr. Savage in the UC. It's all over for X-51.
Is that everybody's favorite word here is eh? Radiation, huh?
Just a little bit.
I ignore radiation suits because I hate them. Wrong button. You guys are hiding in the bathroom? There's a kitty cat.
Don't stomp on it.
Okay. Everybody locks their lockers here? Yeah. Some buckshot and some flares. Yeah, I'll take some road flares. Those are useful.
Your character probably eats them. His name is Mike. Mechanic. Oh, that's good. No, when it comes down to like rare, weird guns, like I will never shit on someone's gun collection unless all they have is the same gun. You know, if all you have is 15 ARs, it's not a gun collection. Now, if you got a bunch of weird shit, like you have the ARs through history, starting off with prototypes or AR-10, like early ones with a top charger, and you go through the whole hit, that's a gun collection. Like, I knew a guy who literally had a brace of Glocks. And I was like, why do you have 4 Gen 517s? He's like, they're all configured differently. And I was like, they're all in 9mm. No, they're not. He was like, they're all different.
No, stop.
It's like I'd made fun of his Tamagotchi or something.
Well, you did.
Well, I made fun of a few of his Glocks. He had one where he had like, they were all right. So he had like one of the early ones, like the really early guns, and it was like a Gen 1. And he goes, guess how old this Glock is? And I was like, early 80s. And he looked upset that I knew that.
Oh, like, no.
Are you forklift certified? I mean...
No. I hate those fucking spider bots. They suck.
Well, he was a Glock guy. You know how you can tell he's a Glock guy?
Fuck you. Stop electrocuting me. There we go. Fucking prick.
Do you know how you can tell it's a Glock guy?
Is it the 8 Glocks?
No, it's the hat.
Oh. When they start buying other merch, that's the indicator?
Yeah, that's when it's a Glock guy. Because he'll have like a Glock knife on his belt with a Glock polo shirt and a Glock hat. And he's like, guess what my EDC is? And I'm like, a 19. And they look mad, you know it. 5'11" pants, because I don't think Glock makes a pant, but if they did, it would be 5'11".
Yeah, you're not wrong.
No Glock horse. That is beyond Glock money. That side of the Glock business is really pricey.
Yeah, that side of the business funds the gun side when, military contracts weren't coming through. God, stop electrocuting me, you goddamn son of a bitch.
You know, I always wonder, because I've never seen anyone buy them, but I always see it when I go look at, like, check gun prices, just to see if, like, maybe something I wanted for my collection is even available, or, the price for it. And, when I have that rare treat myself moment, which is not all that common. And so I was looking around, and they have so many, you'll see these ads, and again, not being political, but frequently they will have a politician's name on them, and it will be like limited edition, politician's name, like 3030. Or a limited edition law enforcement group gun, and I never see them for sale on the secondhand market, like years down the road. Ever.
Oh, I do.
So I'm just wondering, like, who's buying these? Is it the same, like, 80-year-old fuds that have just bought up all sorts of ding-dong nonsense? Because I remember one guy, I was in a bidding war with this dude online, and I got really mad. Like, I wanted to go to this guy's house and, like, shit in his mailbox. I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm not suggesting you shit in anyone's mailbox. But let me plead my case, if I may. Okay. All right? Because I'm not advocating...
For shitting in this guy's mailbox.
I'm not advocating mail crime. But here's what I said out loud. I'm going to shit in your mailbox.
If you don't mail it, is it mail crime?
It would be mail crime. Here's the thing. The reason I'm so specific in saying I shit in the mailbox is because those are the words that left my mouth when I was in a bidding war with this guy. Right? I said, I'm going to shit in your mailbox, old man. Like, that's the words that came out of my mouth. So, this guy was buying up all the Thompson magazines in like a 5-state radius. And I said, why are you buying all of these old Thompson magazines? Because I presumed this guy was going to buy them all up, sit on them, and then slow sell them off at triple the price for people like me who actually own a Thompson submachine gun. The answer was not that, and this is where I said I will shit in your mailbox. This is where I got mad, like mad enough to say something stupid. He was buying them for his semi-automatic Thompson, and I said,
that is fucking
those
cruel.
won't. And I said, those won't fit in that. And he goes, oh no, I cut them to fit.
No, of course he does.
So this guy was buying all the old real Thompson magazines that were in good shape, like still had all the bluing and everything on them, and then sitting there with his Dremel so he could feed his semi-auto Thompson. That is when the words, I will shit in your mailbox, left my mouth. I think that's a rational response. I'm just saying, like, I'm not, again, not advocating this, but I was mad.
You were, I think you maybe did go to file that man's mailbox.
I did not. I don't have that kind of time. Also, I think there would be a lot of performance anxiety. Because, I mean, how do you shit in someone's mailbox? Like, easier said than done. Do you go get a ladder? Do you return the ladder afterwards? You're like, no, I didn't need it, as you giggle at the hardware store. They say this ladder smells bad. I mean, come on. That's...
Stop electrocuting me, you goddamn little freak.
See, now chat's helping us figure this out. You'd have to pre-bag it, really.
Yeah, I would anticipate. God damn it. The entire BPL should shit in that man's mailbox.
Yeah, we all get together. It's like, it's going to be like our fundraiser. By the way, speaking of, tomorrow we are going to do our fundraiser, Meth for Children, Crime for Kids. We've had to change it to Crime for Kids because I had a conversation. We're going to call it a conversation because I'm pretty sure it was a robot. If you ever want to know why Google's AI language is always a little cockeyed, it's probably from the conversations I've had with it. The YouTube community service support people, I'm pretty sure, are robots. But they were like, we really can't monetize this video. And I was like, it's not monetized. I've pulled an Airboats, dear sir. It is, you are going to eat yourself because it is for charity. It has raised like 20 grand for charity. You can't take it down. And they're like, the title is not going to be good. And it, you know, we blah, blah, blah. It may be against community rules. And I was like, what part of the title is wrong? And they're like, you mentioned meth and kids in one go. And I'm like, well, yeah, we're cooking meth for kids. And they're like, the implication is that you're cooking meth to give to kids. And I was like, no, I would say then we are cooking meth for children to enjoy. That would have written that out. And, you know, that's not what I wrote. And so we've had to modify the title to Crime for Children, you know, which also makes them upset. But not as upset. But this is our Airboats for YouTube. Because YouTube gets mad, but they can't take it down because it's for charity. Raise all this money for children's cancer charity. They can't do a fucking thing about it. But the title makes them really upset. So they feel they have to do something.
And that something is bugging you about the title.
Oh, it's great, you know. I invite them to my field of fucks, which is barren. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you guys made me pass 100,000 subscribers twice, so you can suck it.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, it may not be the best YouTube channel, but I am one of the toughest ones. But yeah, they also got mad about that time we tried to buy Albania's Air Force. They said that was not an acceptable use for the platform in fundraising.
I don't
I was
see
like,
how.
I was like, look, all I wanted was a few MiGs. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his MiGs? No, says the man in YouTube. You can't commit ITAR violations.
Well, that wouldn't be ITAR. That would be whatever the Albanian equivalent is. Because ITAR will let you import whatever. They just won't let you export, like, pants.
Yeah, first of all, they were
military grade.
Yeah, well, first of all, they were Chengdus. They weren't even real MiGs. They were Chengdus.
Yeah,
So, you know, I don't understand why they're mad. Secondly, they were all, like, boxed up. So, technically, that's just machine parts. You know.
80% of a MiG.
Yeah. There might be some other stuff in there. There might be some coffee machines or whatever. What's the charge? Eating a MiG? A succulent Chinese MiG? No, I literally, I just wanted my planes, you know? And they were like, why? And I was like, because I want them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, private museums are able to buy that shit all the time.
Yeah.
We just gotta find their lawyers, I guess.
I just think it'd be funny because I'd just have them all in my yard. I would have one fully assembled in my yard because when that neighbor starts revving his 10 motorcycles, I'm kick-starting that jet engine.
As you do.
Look, if Lawnmower Man wants to have a feud with noise, he has picked the wrong man. I'm an autistic fool. I'd be like, well, gentlemen, I'm sorry, law enforcement officers, but it was time to warm up the MiG.
That's the last of them. Base is no
As one must.
Maybe someone in the communications building can put you in touch with Savage. I'm gonna leave you for a bit. Believe it or not, Tom's in California. Sounds like he's in trouble.
Tong's in trouble. Oh no. I definitely care about the life of that man. Okay. Turn the MiG into a smoker.
Dude, you could have like 3-2-1 ribs. JP8 hot dogs?
That's one way to get jet fuel in your blood. Not in the cool, you know, Charlie Sheen way of doing that. I thought you said it's off lockdown, Jock. You fucking liar.
It's Deus Ex. Everyone lies.
Angrily throw a trash can at their door. Alright, get up here. I'm running out of time. This is a nice elevator. Look at that marble floor. Is that Italian? Alright, time to go. Doo-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-da. You know, 15 years on, and the G.I. Joe PSAs still live rent-free in my head.
Oh, yeah. You mean the redubbed ones or the real
Yes.
ones?
No, the redubbed ones.
I was going to say, like, I can't remember the real ones.
No, nor can I. Yep. You could probably make a whole business out of driving people around airsoft fields in your M35. Well, now, brother, do I have a story for you.
Oh, boy.
Because I used to work for a company that would get contracted to do that shit.
Didn't you say it was fairly cringy and very annoying?
Well, Yeah, there were parts of it that certainly were. Why did you sound... That robot sounded so distressed. Scanning area! What the fuck, man? Who did that to you?
Maybe he's just scared, man.
You heard that, right?
Future's scary.
The future is scary. To that one robot in particular.
I mean, I'm scared like that now.
So no, there used to be, way down south. No, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. Is he still following me? Oh god, he is. I can use this for bad. Oh, yeah, he doesn't... Where are you going? I'm a good guy, I swear. To give you this friend.
I'm a good guy. Approaches with body.
No, where is he running?
Probably away from you.
Brother, we got a cutscene to do.
I need to talk to Gary Savage.
How does it look out there? We got those bots brand new from a guy in...
Okay, so way down south, where the wind blows hot,
I took care of the enemy
in Oklahoma, there used to be a guy called Dwayne who ran the D-Day Oklahoma air paintball stuff. And we wound up connecting with him, our company did, to use his field for airsoft game that we were contracted to help with. And we wound up just becoming friends with that guy, and we'd help every year drive his trucks around, because he didn't have enough people who knew how to drive deuce and a halves and 5 tons. And he owned like 50, 60 deuce and a halves of various types that he would use to shuttle around all these people, because he had, I think his highest player count was almost 50,000 paintballers at one point. So yeah, we'd go down there for a week, and we would just drive around in circles on his like 5 square miles of property, running fuel out of deuce and a halves for a week, because the event lasted an entire week. He was a machine gun collector, so I got a lot of time on an MG42 from him, as well as an HK21 and some other fun weapon systems. We would hunt hogs on his property, as he had a feral hog problem, and we had to thin the herd before the paintball game every summer. Yeah. He contracted with a helicopter company to bring out helicopters, so you could shoot paintballs for a fee from a helicopter. That helicopter actually wound up crashing, and the pilot was killed. Unfortunately, I knew him. At a concert in Arkansas that he was contracted to get like flight footage of. Which I believe that was a Robinson R44 he was flying at that point in time. So, yeah, no, just super interesting stuff, but there are people who made a lot of money doing exactly what you suggest. Yeah. Dwayne Conveers, I believe is his name. I haven't talked to him in a decade, and like that name's public. You know, he was the face of the company and everything, so I'm not doxing the man. But I think he's sold all that off now about 8-10 years back, and is just enjoying retirement these days, like we all hope to one day.
I will not retire.
I'm on that 9mm retirement plan, man.
Oof.
I don't expect my 401k to be worth the paper it's printed on by the time I get there.
My retirement is probably not going to happen, because I am like, as anyone who knows me will say, I'm generous to a stupid fault. And I've given fortunes, fast fortunes to people, just trying to help them. And then people are like, Tex, why do you drive an old car? Or Tex, why do you buy new clothes like maybe once every 2 years? And I'm like, well, I like helping people. And then I'm kind of dumb like that. I'm just now at age 40 learning to say no. So, yeah. I should probably have minders who help me, like, not give money away.
Yeah.
I have an accountant. He gets mad. He literally called me right before 3 months before the last BattleTech video came out, and he's like, "You spent what?" And I was like, "Well, I had to hire artists." "You spent what on a Stompy robot movie?" That's how he sounds. I'm like, "Yeah, man. The internet likes him." And he's like, "Is the internet going to buy you a house?" I was like, "No."
Interesting accent. It says hold your fire.
Yeah. That
He's
is
an
how he
interesting
sounds.
accountant.
He is, and that is exactly how he sounds. When he calls me, it is always accusatory. When I put the money in the escrow account to try to buy the MiGs, he was like, "What does this say? It says Air Force?" I'm like, yeah, it does.
It's strange that.
He's like, "Did you buy it?" And I was like, "They said no." And he's like, "Where do you try to buy it from?" And I was like, "Albania," and then just swearing.
Left-handed JC, I appreciate it. It's because I'm lefty. It's nice that they gave me the choice to be wrong-handed.
I tried to buy the Air Force.
You did. Or at least a significant portion of it.
Well, it's weird because I reached out to their ambassador, and I reached out to their ambassador in residence, and I reached out to their foreign minister and their defense minister, and they all acted like they were busy. It's like, you're Albania, you're not that busy.
Well, I think they were busy at the time, trying to sell an Air Force.
Well, that's fair. Not to me, though.
No, not to you. You clearly didn't rate.
And that's the thing, like, if I had found out when that auction was, I was going to hire someone in the EU within driving distance of that thing. I was going to pay for them to dress up as Uncle Moneybags from Monopoly and sit in the row and, like, wipe their forehead, like, every time they got sweaty, wipe their forehead with, like, a stack of money. You know what I mean? I would have them just sit there and mad dog them during that whole conference and be like, just add $1 to everyone else's bid. I don't care what third world country wants those planes. I want them more. And worse yet, I have the delusion to think I deserve it for being a nice person. I know that is incredibly delusional.
I just stomped the cat again.
Why are you stomping the cats?
I didn't mean to. I was just checking the lockers.
I was just checking the lockers, officer. Deb, you need... No. Oh, God.
Let me hide the cat.
Yeah,
There
you
we
can't
go.
hide your sin.
Dude, they're on the other side of that wall. They probably heard it die.
They probably heard the cat die. Then you mumbling through the wall, and then the cat hit the wall loud enough to, like, knock a picture off of it.
Yeah.
And then one guard looks to the other, and they're like, "You gonna investigate that?" And they're like, "Fuck no."
No, that doesn't sound like me.
Sounds like someone just stomped a cat in the next room.
They call me Mr. Stompy Pooch.
Cat murderer.
I hope Mr. Scribbles is okay, says the random guard. The only thing that makes this job worth it.
It's just some guy who's sitting there like crying horribly.
JC Cat Stomper Denton.
JC Kill 'em All Denton.
That is the way I've been doing this, yeah. The forklift button should do something. That looks bad. I wonder if that goes away. I bet I can wait that out. If you could only own one MiG, Tex, what model would it be? Personally, I would want a MiG-21 with the early J band.
I think a 21 would be cool, but I also think like a 17 or a 19 would be cool.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, you'd get in, it'd smell like grandma's house. Just like cigarettes. Just like cigarettes and alcohol. Well, I mean, depending on your grandma, I guess. But if it was mine, cigarettes and alcohol. And yeah, Konagaya. JC stands for Jumps on Cats Denton.
Is it dead? Oh yeah, it was dead. MiG-19G for me, says Hawken Veteran Act Casualty. I butchered that, sorry. I was sounding it out like the toddler I am.
I can't tell you what word comes when in the alphabet without singing it, so, I mean...
Oh, so you'd fail SFSTs then, is what you're telling me.
Well, I had one field sobriety test where I was doing 5 over and the cop was really bored.
Okay.
And so he had me do the alphabet and I took my time with it. And he says, I remember the way he said this. He said, the problem wasn't that you took your time with the alphabet. The problem is that you didn't blink while doing it, and you just stared me down. And I said, I'm autistic. And he goes, oh. Then he's like, would you mind blowing into the breathalyzer? I was like, why didn't we start with that?
You're not allowed to.
Like, just let me start with that. And he blew it, and he's like, 0. And he's like, well, you were driving a little fast. And I was like, well, how fast? Like, give me a number. Like, if I'm doing 60 over, I understand you pulling me over. But it was like 4 over. So I asked him if he was lonely, and that's when he got mad. I was like, are you lonely? He's like, no. Have you ever pulled someone over because you were lonely?
Nope. In fact, I think the perfect shift is one where I don't talk to anybody.
That's fair. That's pretty based.
Nope, not that. Do I have the code to this? Let's see. JC, I'm depending on you when you find Shabbat. Yeah, Milnet computers are there.
I mean, I'm not trying to say that, like, I was ever, like, flippant or very rude to an officer. It's just that I don't like being asked questions when they're fairly obvious.
I guess I didn't have to go down this way?
No.
Because I found the dude. Right, and this is a dude. A savage dream. When Dep gets lonely, he usually only pulls on himself. That is a fun pun. I've already drank.
You should have countered with, like, and if you want to see it, rattle off an OnlyFans.
No, I'm not that desperate for money yet.
I've heard people can make money on that.
That's what I understand.
Like, there was one lady who during COVID got laid off as a school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
and she did an OnlyFans out of desperation. She wrote this article where she was saying that she did it out of desperation and felt all this shame until her first month's returns came in, and it was like 28 grand. You know, and then she was like, I should get some nice shoes.
Yeah. Alright. Do I now have the key to the command bunker?
Dep starts a cam to show off his Soviet gear called Only Comrades.
Only gas.
Yeah, it's just a gas. It's like you sitting there showing off the gas and like, check this out.
It's a 24-hour webcam of the gas sitting in the garage, and occasionally I come out to work on it.
I'd watch that. Sounds kind of cozy.
So it said that the guy they sent down had the code, and I found the guy that they sent down, so why don't I have the code? This is like, this is Unsolved Mysteries fucking music.
Alright, so Mr. Jiggle says, what kind of gas? Dep, it's your opportunity to tell stories about your truck.
Oh, I have a Gaz 69. Specifically,
Nice.
a Gaz 69-72M, which is the last model modernization of it. I also have the UAZ 3109 or Gaz 704, although mine was built by UAZ. Trailer that goes with it.
Prepared for direct attack.
So I have the cute little Jeep trailer, which is currently full of wood. So that gas is interesting.
I like when you tell the story about how they solved the squeaking problem.
So yeah, the gas is a rattle trap. It squeaks constantly. Like really, really constantly. Okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? So the Soviets they built the Gaz 69 because we gave them a bunch of power wagons and a bunch of Jeeps in World War II as mutual aid. And they said, hey, that's those are both handy vehicles and we like both of them, but what if we had something that was kind of exactly in the middle? So they built the Gaz 69, which is a 9/16 ton capacity truck. The body panels on them all rub together on mine because I don't have the leather strips that are supposed to go in between each and every metal component in the body and get oiled to control the squeaking. Because rather than design a vehicle that doesn't have metal on metal rubbing, they're like, whatever, we'll just do this instead. So I need to either order some kind of rubber that I can fill with it, or I need to start cutting up strips of leather to fill those gaps. Because the squeaking, frankly, drives me fucking insane. Yeah, so I have the actual good-looking gas truck. I do, yes. The just use denim. Maybe that's why the Soviets are so crazy about denim jeans. Indeed, indeed. Omega 2A. Omega 2A.
Oil-soaked canvas might work.
I'm probably just going to order some gasket material and do it that way. But it is way down on the to-do list. Now I can change turret status to attack my enemies. After I've killed them all. That's nice. The funny thing about it all is that okay, yeah, cool. That gas. Okay, so in photos, the Soviets switched to a Western style combat boot in the late 70s, early 80s. The first model was called a Garsing boot. That doesn't matter, but I know it, so now you know it. Drivers always wore tall boots. Like, even into the 90s, they wore tall boots. Which I always found exceptionally interesting. Because the tall boots were kind of really terrible. They didn't have a heel cup or anything. So you just kind of floated around inside that boot. I've worn them. They're terrible. And I couldn't ever figure out why until I owned the Gaz 69. And my first long drive with it, I was wearing shorts and flip-flops. And we're cruising along at like 30, 35. That's about where it likes to cruise in third gear, which is its top gear. And I realized that my leg was getting awful hot. I was like, well, that's weird. I've got oil, you know, I know that transmission's in good shape. It shouldn't be generating so much heat. I think that's a body I gotta get. So I decide to turn around to you know, see if I can get home and... Nope, I can't get there. Okay. Let's see. This looks... What is that? Okay, so that is steam. That is bad. Okay. There's got to be a way through here. F10, rad augmentation. Oh yeah, I forget about that. Whenever you're ready. Thank you. Yeah, so no, I wound up burning my leg. I wound up with, like, second-degree burns, actually, on my right calf. So I bought a pair of German jack boots, Bundeswehr Bach Battalion jack boots, and now I have to wear those anytime I drive that for any extended period of time. Because it was the transmission tunnel. The transmission just generates heat. It's the gears are not well meshed. There's no synchro mesh on that thing. And when going that fast, it generates a whole lot of friction. Yeah, I now have driving boots, indeed. So yeah, if you ever have to drive a Soviet vehicle and you're such a large person, that your calf has to rest against the transmission tunnel, wear tall boots. That's the moral of that story. How do I get down? Oh. Let's drink some cola.
Gotta drink all that cola.
And smoke some nice cigarettes. Why do they always go for my legs?
It's because it's I don't know. They're probably just trying to slow you down because they've stopped trying to actually stop you, you know? You're just this horrible golem of destruction.
Yeah, asbestos bootliners. I would not be surprised if somebody told me that, you know, fucking transmission originally came with a asbestos liner between the transmission itself and the tunnel.
My water-cooled machine gun has parts of it that are as best as twine.
Yeah. Didn't gain enough brosif. Yep. Yeah, I knew something would happen. Oh no, he can shoot me even if I lean. There's another one somewhere. Alright, that's just ammo. Yeah, I forget about that.
Okay, there's a question, Deb.
What's up?
What if you could import any weird Soviet vehicle to have for your next vehicle for the collection?
Ooh.
Irrespective of cost. Irrespective of difficulty to import. However, all maintenance, upkeep must be paid by you.
Naturally.
Some strange benefactor is like, I will buy you one fun weird thing.
Strange Soviet vehicle. You know what? Maybe the Gaz 63, the Crocodile in SnowRunner would be an interesting one because it's essentially just a Dodge 1-ton, but somebody hit it in the face with a shovel. Now, yeah, of course. Okay. Oh, now it runs out of ammo? It's just my fucking luck, isn't it? Let me save. How are we doing on time?
Well, we are at 3 hours and 2 minutes.
So we didn't have a 204 issue.
Isn't that weird?
Well, so I did some screwing around with my, I know you're over there. Come on, you little fucker. Did some screwing around with my modem. Because I've been fighting just micro disconnects where it would lose connection for about half a second.
Which is just enough to get kicked out of anything.
Yeah, which is why I had such trouble, like, hosting games and stuff. God only knows what he was trying to do. Uh, 204 is fixed, end of an era. I don't know that it's fixed, but it's a promising sign. Maybe. Oh yeah, you like uploaded some bullshit into my brain, man.
Well, it's a little bit of the brain bullshit, you know.
A little bit of the brain bullshit. And he's like, oh yeah, your firmware's out of date. What an easy attack.
Sometimes your brain, it has to break.
Something is electrified that wasn't before.
You know, that sounds like something that's funny in a game, but that would be horrifying if it was a mechanic in your house saying it. Something is electrified that wasn't before.
Mama Bionic says this is so much fun. Thanks.
Bionic, is that your mom?
Yeah.
Did she see us throw the dead cat at the wall? Because I'm hoping that was not the first thing she saw.
So
It is her mom.
It
boy.
is. Well, my mom watches some of Texas stuff as well, which is weird and embarrassing, but you know, what do you do about it?
You know, it is what it is. I mean, you did stomp that cat to death and then say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then just whip it at the wall.
Yeah, I did do that.
She said no, but it wouldn't have mattered. See, she doesn't judge.
Command Zebra 42. Well, no, now we've made it worse because we've just told her that we killed a cat.
Chris says it's important to apologize ahead of time.
The preemptive apology.
What we like to call this is Canadian maxing. Oh, man.
Huh.
That's a good window.
That's real nice. It lets you lean over. You can just rest on the glass. And then the cleaning guy's got to clean off, like, your oil face print.
I always get scared of those windows.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, you never hear, man falls through window on observation deck, but with my luck, I'd be the first guy. I would be the guy who did that.
Okay, so I trust nobody involved in this. So who do I help? Because it seems like they're all squaring up against each other now. Oh, first time chat. Bullet Hail 387 Tex, I blame you for me downloading Space Station 14. I first fought a monkey and sacrificed his soul to science.
Oh, that's a good afternoon. Good job. Good job.
Hot Space says, as somebody who's been a cleaner, I would like to electrify that glass. Something in here has been electrified that wasn't before.
That does sound a bit
it's a
ominous.
glass. Who are you? You're wearing a different uniform.
Carter.
Yep.
Sam Carter.
The old dog out.
You were dismissed?
All of us career types. They want cadets who've never been anywhere except UNATCO and the UNATCO Academy.
So you joined
I
the...
suppose.
Time to come out here and lend a hand. I knew what Savage was up against. I just didn't want to admit it.
It's an honor to have you with us, sir.
All right, enough bawling our eyes out. We've got work to do.
Do you have eyes? Oh, he's only got the one. Okay, I feel bad for saying that now. Sorry,
Wow.
General Carter.
Is that how you meet people? Do you have eyes?
Well, I was just making fun of the low-quality model.
Close to surrendering when you landed. J.C. Denton. I'm working with Morgan.
Is that your excuse when you see somebody who's eyeless?
The Great Death.
You're just like, you have a low-quality model.
Everett
Ooh,
contacted me just
the
before you
tear
left.
ducts still work.
Naturally, we'll manufacture a cure. Once the computers are off, then you get a complaint from the UC. How close are you to being operational?
Oh, God.
The ocean lab right now to find a schematic.
That poor man.
That's a good line.
Computer will be back up. It was damaged during the attack.
Oh,
I'll look at it. In addition
what's
to
he
the
want me to
UC,
do?
Everett and I need your connection to the Milnet. Yes, he said something about an artificial intelligence, the Echelon system, something called Icarus and Daedalus. Another attack happening as we speak. I'll explain later. Well, the main terminal is in the room at the top of the stairs. Log in G Savage, password Tiffany. I'll open the doors. I would say it's too dangerous. A lot of damaged equipment and hot power lines up there. But until the computers are up, the UC's just a box of bolts.
Oh, that is Gary Savage. Okay.
I'm surprised anything up there survived the explosion.
Recharge my batteries, robot.
We lost nothing critical during the attack.
That doesn't sound right. I saw a lot of damaged equipment. If it's not critical, why do you have it? G Savage, what was his password?
I do not know.
Tiffany.
It's a terrible password.
It is. Now he wanted me to do something about his daughter, but I didn't.
This is very important. Yeah,
I wasn't
Sure
paying
it is.
attention. We were laughing about the tear ducts.
We were
Did
laughing
he just punch
about...
me? Oh, no. The electricity's getting out.
Again, something that would be horrifying for an electrician. The electricity's getting out! Oh dear! That's not good.
Just bring up the system for Savage. I'll route Daedalus to Don't worry, there's very little risk.
Don't worry, there's very little risk, he says. As I'm electrocuted to death. Alright. The lightning is trying to get out, and I did not save. Because I'm a chud.
Sometimes stupid happens, but it happens frequently on this stream.
Yeah, and I am the common denominator.
I thought you were gonna say I'm the commandant. Like my brain put that together. Maybe I'm just really tired. I was like, okay.
Oh no!
I was just
the
prepared to say
domesticated
okay.
lion. Yeah, no, that does sound like something I would say though.
Imagine if back in the day that's what they decided to call electricity. You know, like during the Gilded Era, domesticated lightning.
Well, you've got domesticated and wild varieties, you know, just like pigeons.
Thanks to God, thanks to Westinghouse domesticated lightning, you too can run your factory with the push of a button.
You know, you have to keep it happy. If it's not happy, it gets out, just like a puppy.
You must tame the lightning, or else it will escape.
Yeah, free-range lightning.
Oh my God.
There's nothing in here that we needed. That robot's either gonna kill me or die trying to defend this place when the Illuminati attack.
I must attack. I must attack.
This is nice music. General Carter, I don't care about you.
Battle through the cameras. I can't believe you pulled it off.
Pulled it off is a strong way to put it.
We were close to surrendering when you landed.
I'm imagining Edison with a whip and a chair trying to get lightning to behave.
He's developed a cure for the Great Death, and we were hoping to get...
Edison's new lightning bulb. Domesticated lightning in a bottle. Huzzah!
Manufacture the cure.
See, that would make me really appreciate those Gilded Age people more.
I do appreciate the robot just circling between us while we have our conversation.
Well, yeah, that robot's like trying to do its job.
I'll look at it.
That guy looks like J.C. Denton cosplaying Gordon Freeman.
Yes, he said something about an artificial...
That's a rough take, but I understand why you said that.
Something called Icarus and Daedalus? Another attack happening as we speak.
That poor man.
Well,
I mean, look at
the
him.
terminal is in the room at the top of the stairs. Log in G Savage.
Giants.
Tiffany. I'll open the doors. I would say
Always remember to grease your lightning.
equipment and hot power lines up there.
You must grease the lightning.
UC's just a box of bolts.
Isn't domesticated bottle lightning just a 9-volt battery? Maybe. But what's
I'm
it
not
really
a
up to?
lightningologist. I'm not a lightningologist, I couldn't tell you.
Yep, they ran the old dog. You were all of it. Easy. Time to kitchen. All
Can I push him into the lightning? No.
Stupid games and their morality.
What do I have that will help me? Aggressive combat strength, run silent. Nope, that is just a screenshot button. Huh. And they don't have a medical bot for me to use that augmentation. What if I step into the box?
We lost nothing critical during the attack.
Uh-huh, that is fascinating. Okay. Recharge me, Mr. Robot. Perform your function.
He's like, beep boop. I am here to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
Just free up the system for Savage. I'll route Daedalus through your info link. Don't worry, there's very little risk.
Maybe I'm not supposed to be in there yet. I wish to lick the domesticated lightning.
Please do not. Oh boy, here we go. This is supposed to be an advanced facility, but they still got reel-to-reel tape computers.
A lot of them. Like, frankly, an astounding amount of them.
What if this is just some guy's collection? It's like,
collect
not my reel-to-reels. I've got vintage pornography on those.
No, God, oh God, no, 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 no. Jesus Christ. I'm sure I won't need the 3 lambs I accidentally shot.
Don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. This is only just a bunch of electromotricity.
Yeah, indeed. That's a long way down. I bet I don't survive that.
That's a long way down. I mean, I'm sure you'll be mostly okay.
You think so?
No.
No, neither do I. It's on the other side. I'm, doing the look before you leap kind of thing. Okay, that's a no-go. Alright, I'm looking, and now I'm leaping. Or not. There's something preventing me from doing so. Do I have to come down this side then? That went well. Load 1 has ice cream. The dulcet tones of snapping shin bones.
What kind of ice cream?
Yeah.
These are details we need.
Hype train.
We have a hype train?
Yes. Mother Bionic has figured out how to hype train.
Oh. Hooray. She figured out cheering. Mama Bionic.
Choo-choo, indeed. Chocolate chip.
You're so nice. I should send you a wheel of cheese.
That's his thing. Don't be afraid to refuse it. I refuse them all the time.
Yeah, and then I sent you a more autistic thing.
Yeah, you did.
Now you have a record player.
I do. I have a record player. Ugh, excuse me. God.
Well, who doesn't like cheese?
Anybody who is lactose intolerant?
I don't believe in that. You just gotta muscle through. Oh, I can't believe I said that. That's horrible. Apparently, you can muscle through lactose intolerance.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
I cannot imagine that would be a pleasant experience.
G Savage Tiffany.
G Savage Tiffany?
Yeah, his password
What?
is Tiffany.
Oh.
Which is, I guess, his sister's name.
That's cute.
Alright, I have connected Milnet.
I'm losing dataless. Yes. Hold on.
You done it.
You forgot about the Aquinas protocol. I was
America run no done.
Wait. The AIs seem to be merging.
What is this hype train? What does this mean?
Find Savage in the control room. I have an announcement.
Well, let me make use of the robot first. Something went wrong, you don't say.
Excellent. We're all here.
You
Oh.
aren't in a position to make any demands, Page.
It's
On the
Bob
contrary,
Page.
My mission might have failed, but so did yours. I captured your daughter an hour ago.
Tiffany.
God.
She's been quite forthcoming. So you were hoping to find a containment unit in the ocean lab.
I demand to see my daughter immediately.
Well, like you, we lack certain components of a universal constructor. The reaction modules you stole when you left Area 51 to go into business for yourself.
Don't negotiate.
Oh yes, Mr. Denton. I wanted you here for a reason. Look at me. You interfere in any way, I will kill that young woman. I mean it.
You've already killed her. I know how hostage negotiation goes.
You will bring them to the abandoned gas station west of Vandenberg in exactly 1 hour.
You hurt my daughter, and I swear to God.
I will shine my shiny bald head about it.
Wow.
Look at him. Look at that
He
smug
is very
face.
bald.
He looks like Walter White.
Page will resume production of the play.
He looks like Winchell White. He's not cool enough to be Walter.
But I can't let them kill Tiffany. Tell them you're sending someone with the components. I'll have my pilot drop me off where they're holding your daughter. Maybe I can rescue her. That's too risky. We don't have a choice. Trust me. She'll be fine.
That woman is so dead.
Yes, we've got to try it. Just don't let anything happen to her. Mr. Denton, thank you. Here's a photograph so that you can identify her.
I'm sure they're glad we're on their side.
Do you think they heard me laugh?
You think I'm doing
I hope they didn't.
Going after Savage's daughter?
Absolutely. Never negotiate with a terrorist.
We're the
Tiffany could
terrorists.
lose her life.
Never negotiate. You will only encourage more acts of terror. Besides, you're going to bring Tiffany back alive.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so
I'll do what I
here's
can.
my prediction. Is they're going to augment Tiffany like me, and I will have to fight her.
All right, I've landed. You won't believe this, but I have Tom with me. He looks pretty sick. Savage has promised to get him some medical
Got that
attention.
sheen.
Meet us at the base entrance to
Tiffany is already an augmented super soldier? Oh,
Well, they waste no time.
yeah. He looks like a bald Doctor Strange. Yeah. He looks like Dr. Venture. If Dr. Venture was a successful scientist. If that guy knew you, he'd do not shoot on that photograph. Would it help, though? Alright. Where did Jack land the heli? He said out front of the base. Okay, I bet I know where. So Gordon Freeman. Yeah, pretty much. Ugh.
Gordy Freebie.
Gordy Freebie. The Free Gordo.
Dep, you're missing a leg. No, don't worry. Dep will be fine.
Yeah, I'm growing it back.
I'm going to grow the leg back.
Yeah, now I'll be good. I got this.
Will you?
I will. Look at how good things already are. Doesn't this look like a things that are good?
You know, no.
No, it doesn't? I thought so.
Don't. Well, you think so, but you're missing a leg.
No, I'm not. It's back.
You know, I would be a little alarmed if I saw someone just come into a building, like running at full speed, but obviously missing a leg. And then doing something to gain it back in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
It's almost as alarming as, like, when you stop time in Skyrim.
Yes.
To eat, like, 40 or 50 cabbages.
I showed you the fucking, what is it? Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff, right? You can eat food or take tonics or whatever and just inflate like a balloon or grow all your hair.
Yeah.
Mid cutscene.
Yeah. I remember, we were playing the doctor game at the meetup. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Oh.
And one of my patients in that game, they had a missing limb, and my solution for their missing limb was bone stretching. Like, most of the limb's missing, so it's like, just stretch them bones to get them back to the right size.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll do her.
Black market body parts. That's also a solution.
Black market body
part.
Just find some.
Hex no, you can't stretch bone. You can. Well, sort of. You break it and then let it grow into place and use wires to hold it like a millimeter apart and just continually drag it like that until it stretches.
Yeah.
It's a painful, slow procedure. And if you ever get scurvy, all of that regrown tissue will just disintegrate. But it is possible.
There was somebody, what was this, like, people getting leg extensions who were like, I'm too short. The ladies say I'm a short stack. And I don't like it, being called a manlet. And they'd pay to, like, get their legs extended, like, 2 inches.
Yeah.
But they'd be having their legs continually broken for, like, 4 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Who is that?
I'd be like, platform shoes, baby. Platform shoes.
Oh, that's Tracer Tom.
That are invest in a personality. Or platform shoes.
He flew into San Jose and had no way to get here. I am not a high-order term in the equation anymore. Do not concern yourselves with me.
Does that mean I can kill you?
Savage will take care of you.
I'm here for selfish reasons. To have access to the cure.
Let's just hope we're able to manufacture it. Savage's daughter failed to get the parts he needs for the UC. She's being held prisoner by Majestic 12.
We should get moving. Tony Maris is on the way to help Tom. By all means, go. You don't have time to stand around on account of me.
Then why are you between me and the helicopter? Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise as
What about
Tracer
the
Tom.
fish tank platform shoes? Should we bring those back? I don't know. I mean, I saw a stripper wearing those not very long ago, so I think they are back. Or never left.
That poor fish.
Yeah.
That fish has seen some shit.
Yeah,
Did
Tom,
you say it was one time in the BPL you had told me that somebody was saying like, Dep, have you ever chased a stripper, like as a cop?
Mhm.
And you were like, they're fast like gazelles.
Yeah, that was on stream. That was during Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, like fast like gazelles.
They very much can be. It's all that leg. They essentially their job is to not skip leg day, man. All right. One of those things about Mission Impossible sets is don't make any jokes about short people around him. Ugh.
Tom Cruise is a little guy.
He is, yeah. It was an interesting choice to cast him as Reacher. But as I understand it, he bought the rights to the film specifically so he could be Reacher.
Yeah, the Reacher TV show has a guy that's Reacher sized.
He is Reacher sized, yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing what he can. The Reacher character is a little bit wooden. There's not much emote there.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise's teeth are weird. He has a middle tooth. Well, fuck. I'm going to have to look at that now.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It's alarming.
Tom Cruise
once you notice
Tom Cruise crazy? He is, yes.
That's a good song.
Yeah, I do remember that song. It's very possible to learn to run incredibly fast and quietly in big, stompy platform goth boots. I believe that.
Anything's possible with enough practice.
Yeah, the guy in the TV series kills it. I forget what his name is now. He's shown up in a couple other things that I've enjoyed as well.
He's like Big McLarge huge. He is a very large gentleman.
Let's see. Yeah, there's been a lot of practice charging drunk across London to try and get the last train home. Yeah, I mean, that's an experience most Americans can't relate with because we're car-centric.
We are car people.
And the only time I've been on a train was actually a novelty ride. Because I've never even been on Amtrak. It doesn't come by here. The closest is Kansas City, and it goes to Chicago. I don't want to go to Chicago.
That's fair.
Let's see. Yeah, if you look at some of that guy's earlier roles, he hit the HGH. Okay, I believe you. I mean, he's fridge sized. He's bigger than I am, and I'm a fairly large individual, so.
Yeah.
He's definitely taller than I am, just looking at how he scales against doors. Yeah, I got that Johnny Bravo build. I'm all torso, no leg.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All torso. Johnny
all
Bravo.
Torso.
Yeah.
My head touches the ceiling in most vehicles I drive. Trongle Dep, 100%. But I have to put the seat forward a little bit because my legs are short.
Trongle.
So, alrighty. I think that is where we are going to end it for the evening. Because
that sounds like a winner.
We're at 8:04.
Well, I mean, we've made a hell of a lot of gains on this.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, tomorrow be on the lookout. We will be doing crime for charity, and it'll be good.
Charity crime.
Charity crime is the best crime.
Yep. So you all have a fantastic rest of your night.
Indeed. Be well, stay safe, and you deserve some chicken tenders. Go get them.
Yeah. All right. See y'all.